Hello? No?
Hi there. I'll be right there.
You're good. Scared me. Just gotta find the script. Where's the script? I can't find the script anywhere. Oh boy. Huh. You can't be doing that, Charles, when I'm doing this table. Okay. I need some silence.
Well, that makes this even funny.
I made it. I'm here. I'm here.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, you made it. I just saw you.
I just saw you too. I'm keeping this onesie on.
Keep it on.
So
I
I'm
make
gonna
no
turn my
apologies.
AC on though.
I'm dressed like a unicorn and I make no apologies for
anybody
it.
I
want
mean,
to?
it's fine. I'm not putting my contacts in. It's just.
I want you to know that it was quite a fight to get these fucking contacts in tonight.
I mean, I had mine in all day today, and then I was like, I'm going to take a nap.
Hey Beth, where's the script? Or did you already post it?
Oh, it's in the file section.
That's right.
Good evening, beautiful humans. It's so lovely
Hello.
to see you.
Hello.
Look at that picture. So cute. Yay!
Look at that ass.
This is gonna be incredible.
It's gonna be in the.
It's the butts.
Oh.
Now you can't see both of them. You can only see one at a time. One ass at a time. And then the daisy.
It forces us to have to choose that ass.
Choose the ass. Choose your own ass adventure.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Ass venture. Oh my god, I need to message Chuck Tingle. Choose your own ass venture.
Yes.
I'm gonna message him.
Maybe we should have Steven email him, but on your because if Steven emails him enough, he'll listen.
Oh, he's already established a rapport with him,
right?
Then we can get that title in there.
I'm just saying.
My God.
Can you imagine scintillating stories with Chuck Tingle?
Yes, I can.
Make my life complete.
Yes.
Would be a very different kind of scintillating.
Well, yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If we're working with Chuck Tingle, I'm okay with that. It's warm in this onesie, but I'm all right with that too. Okay.
Oh, so I have something funny to share.
I had to turn my air conditioning on. What kind of February is this?
It's kind of ironic that we're doing this because, not a lot of people forgot my actually to tell me happy birthday. And I don't blame them because stuff goes on. But my own best friend forgot to tell me happy birthday, and she forgot my birthday. And when I reminded her that, hey, it's my birthday, did you forget? She's like, I'm sorry, it's been hectic. That's all I got. So I'm gonna channel all of that frustration into Sam.
I would too.
For real.
I have only forgotten my best friend's birthday once, and it was sadly because one of our cats died on her birthday. Otherwise, I would never have forgotten, but I was I was in Hawaii and the cat passed away here in California because my parents had her. and I just lost it because I couldn't do anything about it. And she called me. She goes, "Do you have anything to say to me today?" And I'm like, no. Didn't even clue in. She goes, you forgot my birthday. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm the worst friend ever. And like, yeah, that's the normal response.
I just was a little upset because all the response I got from her was, "It's been hectic. I'm sorry." And I was like, I don't know. I felt like I could have gotten a better apology. And
I feel that.
Years, but I just felt like how ironic it was that I'm doing 16 candles. And then this happened like an hour before the table read.
Ooh, maybe there's something to that.
Maybe.
Like,
I think it's meant to be.
Happy
Not
birthday,
in a bad way.
Grace.
Not in a bad way.
No, I know what you mean.
Hello, test. Can you hear me?
I know what you mean.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes. I haven't done this in so long. I haven't seen like humans except who I live with. So I don't know. Like, am I talking? How do I? Like,
Yes.
Yes,
do I
we're
like-
actually real people and not figments of your imagination.
I believe
What?
in you.
For
You can
what?
human.
Happy
This is
birthday,
not left over from
Grace.
that acid trip 6 years ago.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah, this is like a really like heart to heart kind of movie for me because every year my spouse and I celebrate our anniversary by watching this on VHS, and we blow out a candle when he says happy birthday Samantha, but the candle is like the day of our anniversary,
Aw.
like the year of our
Aw.
anniversary. Yeah, so it's like really special. And I also like low key relate to Samantha Baker a lot, especially in like high school. I had like those big crushes, and like I didn't feel like they knew I existed either. I had to like go up to them physically and be like, "Hey, I'm a person. Like I like you." I had to, and it's that's kind of hard for people to do, and like words are hard, and so yeah, I really relate to Samantha Baker. So I'm like super excited to do this table read.
John
I haven't done a
has
table
very
read in a
special
while, so
place.
this is even like more exciting. The script is a little odd though. I'm trying to like scroll. Oh, there's the scroll button. Never mind.
Yeah, it's kind of different, and it's missing a page. Because my favorite part of the movie is when he sings in the car to her, and she tells him to shut up, and that page is cut out.
Just add that part.
Oh, I'll
Hey, I'm gonna
yeah,
play
I'll
the
do my best.
Thompson. I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
play "If You Were Here" by the Thompson Twins, like literally a couple minutes.
Okay.
Script.
Love
Alright.
it. Love
Yeah,
it.
I have to. It's customary. It's like you have to when they're blowing the candles
If
out.
you were here.
This is apparently. Oh, I guess it's not the shooting script, but it's the final draft before the shooting script. So
Nice.
This one is a little tiny bit more offensive, but
Is
in
it
that
gonna be
like, oh, it's the
yeah,
80s.
it's
It's
got
the
some.
80s.
It's the 80s. There's gonna be some gross shit.
Yep.
No, it's really weird reading it on paper. It's like, oh yeah, it was a little
Oh yeah, that is terrible.
little creepy.
That is fucking offensive.
How far we've come.
I know. It's like growing up, even watching it like a month ago. I'm like, ah, it's so funny. And then reading, I'm like,
Playing
oh
Big
no,
Ryan.
it's
Ryan, who's this person?
The whole thing where they're basically like Weekend at Bernie's-ing the wasted girl is pretty rough.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Carolyn.
Yep. I guess to be drunk tonight.
Oh God.
You're so great. You're so beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
You're so beautiful. No.
So before we start, how do you change the background? Like on the for Zoom?
What happened?
It's the little carrot next to stop video. You see the little like thing?
Under video settings.
It'll be
Or choose
under-
virtual background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might see a thing that says choose virtual background. Otherwise, you can go to video settings.
I weirdly think my favorite part of the whole movie is when they cut Carolyn's hair off because it's stuck in the door.
Oh God.
So, like, for some reason, I just think that is the funniest fucking thing.
It's pretty
So
funny.
do I. Why do we
She's
have
so
weird shit like
grateful,
that in
and then they
movies?
show the back of her head,
It's
and
like,
it's,
Yes,
you
and it's
so
all
much.
chopped.
Fred,
It's like I think it's because I've been in that. I've not been in that exact situation, but I've been that drunk a few times.
Yes.
And yeah,
We all have, girl. We all have.
We all have.
Oh man.
Mm-mm.
not everyone.
shit.
Greg,
Yes.
sorry.
Hi,
Yeah,
Eddie.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this, and I don't think I have the option to do it.
Oh no!
No.
Oh, it's okay. I was just gonna change my background to them blowing up the
It's
camera.
okay, my computer's too fucking old. So like I have the right version of Zoom, but my computer literally can't handle it.
And you did update Zoom. You made sure it was updated.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's fully updated. It's what it looks like.
Okay.
So
How do you update? How do you update Zoom?
You have to go to like your computer's app updates, like you know how
Okay.
usually it's in like preferences or something. It depends.
Also, if you're in the Zoom app in like the upper right and you click like your initial or whatever icon it is representing you, like there is a check for updates in the menu.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. So
Okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
As long as you're here, that's why I couldn't get in on Friday. I tried rebooting, I tried re-interneting, finally updating Zoom. That's what let me in. It was really weird.
Beth, I love your butts.
Wow.
Oh, the butts.
Everybody here?
No, there's just butts behind Beth's head, and it's
There's
hilarious.
butt. There's
I didn't say butt. I said butts, plural.
Yeah, there's 2 butts.
My girlfriend got 2 butts, y'all.
And sometimes when I move it to Daisy, and that's another butt.
And that pink sweater, it's cute.
I had
cat
double
butt.
jackpot, y'all. My girlfriend's got 2 butts.
I got 2 butts, and I cannot lie.
I'm ready for 16 candles.
Yay!
Awesome.
3 box of my. Yes.
Make sure
Got the Luke.
that everyone's here.
Your face is so white on the camera. It's bothering me.
It might be the brightness on your screen.
Oh, you know what?
Because sometimes when your screen is shining too much on your face,
Yep.
it can, like...
What, me?
There we go.
No. Grace was asking
Sorry.
why their face was so white on camera, and I said probably because your screen is lighting up your face.
That's, it's adjusting for low light or whatever in the settings.
That is better. What I don't know what you just did there, but the brightness.
She
went
closed
away.
a window. She was probably looking at the script, and that was what was.
And now you're kind of in darkness.
Yeah. Is that better? Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, your nose is gone. There it is.
Yeah, it's a face.
Better.
Let me make sure that everyone's here because I have to load this freaking page. Okay, that's a good song. Yeah, everyone's here. We can do it.
Is that song available
Let's do
for
it.
download?
I'm gonna record it right after this.
It's.
I would like to make that my ringtone.
Okay.
Contact your management.
I will do that. I'll do that.
Okay, John Hughes, whenever you're ready.
All right.
Just whatever you're ready.
16 Candles, final draft screenplay by John Hughes. We fade in on an exterior suburban neighborhood dawn, a quiet upper middle class North Shore Chicago suburb. A Chevy Blazer cruises slowly down the street. Morning papers are pitched out the window. A dog runs between the houses. It's early autumn. Exterior of the Baker house, an attractive old 3-story brick colonial. A newspaper flies into frame, strikes the corner of the house, and drops into the bushes, a good 20 feet from the porch. An alarm clock goes off with a jarring Interior of the house, 2nd floor hallway. The alarm continues for a beat. It stops and the house explodes with activity as the Baker family wakes and scrambles about their morning activities. There's Jim Baker, mid-40s, father, insurance executive, tall, lean, somewhat meek-looking in his suit pants and handlebar undershirt, scurrying to the bathroom.
Let's go. Chop, chop. We've got our relatives invading this afternoon.
He slams the bathroom door. His wife, Brenda, whips out of the bedroom in her housecoat and heads down the stairs. She's also in her mid-40s, strong, attractive, and dominant. Mike Baker, 10, wanders out of his bedroom, scratching his rear end and yawning. He's young, troubled, preteen maniac boy.
Jenny, Mike, Sarah, Sam.
Oh, God, I think I have a fever.
Sarah Baker, 7, comes out of her room. She's all sweetness and cute.
I don't have a fever.
Why don't you shut your face?
Make me!
Mike raises a fist and Sarah shrieks.
Dad, Mike hit me!
You liar!
The bathroom door opens and Jim comes out with a toothbrush in his mouth.
Mike, come on, pal. Yeah, we're having a wedding tomorrow. Why can't you cooperate?
Ginny Baker, 21, comes out of her room in panties and a sweatshirt. She's very pretty, very pampered, and very sloppy. She slips past Jim as he scolds Mike, goes into the bathroom and locks the door. Sarah turns and marches into the bathroom at the other end of the hall.
Dad, I didn't hit her. I'd like very much, and I probably will later, but give me a break. You know my method. I don't hit her when you're down the hall.
Pick on someone your own size.
He turns back to the bathroom. Mike and Sarah. Sarah gives Mike a smug, snotty face. He squints angrily.
Later.
Sarah turns up her nose and goes back down the hall to the other bathroom. Jim discovers the bathroom door is locked. He rattles the knob.
Hey, I was in there first. Come on, open the door.
I'm so sure.
Interior bathroom, shower. Ginny is standing in the shower with the water beating against the side of her head.
I'm the one getting married, Daddy.
Not until tomorrow. Now, come on. I got a mouthful of toothpaste.
What a pest. I happen to have a serious problem.
Back in the hallway, Jim growls angrily and gives up. He turns to see Mike leaning on the newel post, eavesdropping.
She has her period, Dad. Should make for an interesting honeymoon, huh?
Jim looks at Mike, startled by the brash maturity of his remark. Mike trots down the stairs.
Where are you getting that mouth?
School.
Interior kitchen. Brenda's making coffee, eggs, toast, and school lunches all at the same time. Mike wanders in and turns on the TV and dials in cartoons. A bowl of cereal is waiting for him. He starts to eat.
Is everybody up?
Yep.
Jim walks in and crosses to the sink.
Nope.
He spits in the sink. Brenda stares at him. She leans over and looks in the sink.
Thank you, dear. You just unloaded all over my luncheon.
Close up, a bowl of boiled shrimp covered with toothpaste. Jim smiles sheepishly at Brenda. She turns on the water to rinse the shrimp.
Mike, make sure Sam gets up.
Sarah, Sam, wake up!
Interior, other bathroom. Sarah standing on a stool, bare-chested with an underarm lathered with shave cream. She's shaving her underarms with Jim's electric razor. She turns it off, put out with the order to wake Sam.
Jesus Christ, when am I, a slave?
She opens the door. Interior hallway. Sarah comes out of the bathroom, crosses to a door leading to a third-floor staircase, and yells.
Hey, door clips, haul ass!
And in the bedroom, it's a girl's bedroom done in antiques and frills. In contrast to the mayhem of the first two floors, the third floor is quiet and serene. A brilliant shaft of morning sunlight shines down through a skylight above the brass bed. The sheets and blankets are rumpled and kicked aside. Samantha Baker stands before a floor mirror in the corner of the room. Her back is to camera. A bath towel is wrapped around her waist. She's staring at her body in the mirror. She was up long before anyone in the house and has already showered. She puts a hand on her hip and strikes a pose. She doesn't like it. She tries the other hand, both hands. She cocks her hip. Finally, she raises both arms and strikes a Charles Atlas pose. She holds it for a moment, then drops her arms and groans. Close up on her face. She's young and pretty. No seething, precocious sexuality, just a pretty young girl. She's frowning, obviously displeased with her looks.
Chronologically, you're 16 today. Physically, you're still 15.
She lifts her damp hair off her face and neck and examines the effect. She's not pleased.
Worthless.
She reaches down out of frame and comes up with a telephone.
I look exactly the same as I have since summer. Utterly forgettable.
She walks to a window seat and sits down. She pulls her knees up under her chin.
You missed still looking in the mirror. You missed something.
I did?
You said still looking in the mirror. Oh, that's what I say. It says pause, still looking in the mirror.
Oh.
I think you forgot that.
We don't read the parentheticals.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't expect to wake up transformed. I just thought that turning 16 is so major. I'd wake up with an improved mental state that would show off my face. All that I shows is the fact that I don't have a tan left. My family's probably pissed that I haven't come down to let them wish me happy birthday. I'll see you at school.
She hangs up the phone.
I need 4 inches of bod and a great birthday.
Dissolve to second floor hall. Sam comes down the hall buttoning her blouse. Jim comes out of the bedroom dressed for work. She sees him and stops. She smiles, waiting for a happy birthday from him.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Sam. Better hurry.
And that's it. No happy birthday. Sam is stunned. She watches him hurry down the stairs. The bathroom door opens, and Ginny comes out swaddled in bath towels. She sees Sam and sighs dramatically.
You know what today is?
Sam smiles and nods, expecting a birthday greeting from Ginny.
The first day of my all-new, completely screwed up period. Are you on the pill?
Sam's smile fades, and she shakes her head slowly.
Then you'll probably have a great honeymoon. This is such a deluxe bite.
Ginny goes back into the bathroom and locks the door.
Thank you. Yes, it is my birthday. How nice of you to remember.
And in the foyer, Brenda herds Mike and Sarah through the dining room and into the foyer. Jim comes in from the living room. He's frantically searching for his briefcase.
Where's my briefcase?
He opens the closet and rummages around for the briefcase.
Where'd you leave it?
Don't be a smartass.
Okay, I'll be a dumbass.
You already are. Sorry.
Touche. Where's Sam?
Where's my briefcase?
He pulls out hockey sticks, coats, hats, boots, toys, but no briefcase.
Sam!
Allow me. A birth defect!
Sam comes down the stairs, dressed with her books under her arm. She scowls at Mike and smiles at Brenda. Again, she's expecting a birthday greeting.
You missed breakfast again.
Wasn't my idea to give her own phone line. I don't have my own phone line.
Grab a donut.
I wouldn't if I were you. Mike tongued all the powdered sugar off. They're totally infected.
Jim kisses Brenda.
The grandparents will be here this afternoon.
We're still going out tonight with rice checks?
Riz checks. 8 at the club. And you'd better learn their names as of tomorrow. They're family.
Jim crosses to the door.
Lovely thought. When it comes time for them to get married, when it comes time for you to get married, do us a favor. Elope.
And he exits.
Who'd marry her?
Mr. T?
You'll have to buy lunch today, honey. I didn't have time to do your carrots.
She's eating carrots to increase the size of her breasts.
Sam raises her fist. Brenda beats her to him and gives him a solid shake.
You shape up, mister, or I swear to God you won't go to your sister's wedding.
Promise?
Brenda draws back to hit him. He races out the door. Brenda kisses Sarah and scoots her on her way. Sam stares at Brenda, giving her one last chance to mention her birthday.
Don't give me that pouty look of yours. You can eat your carrots when you get home.
That's it? You don't have anything else to say to me today?
What would you like me to say, Sam? Come on, you'll miss the bus.
Sam sighs and looks away.
Have a good day.
Brenda exits. Sam stands alone in the foyer. She looks up at the ceiling, fighting off her tears.
I can't believe this. They forgot my fucking birthday.
And theme music comes up. Exterior high school morning, a sprawling suburban high school. Roll credits over high school montage. Bus doors opening, young faces spilling out, every imaginable form of footwear scurrying past camera, nervous fingers twirling a padlock combination and yanking on the stubborn lock that won't open. A pair of rumps, male and female. A male hand on the female rear, a female hand on the male. The tops of a lot of boys' heads shrouded in cigarette smoke. A girl's head from the brow up as she furiously fusses with her tresses. Lips are painted animal pink. Interior independent study room, a large study hall. A male teacher is at the head of the class grading papers. Sam's in the second seat from the back. Randy's directly behind her, slumped down in her chair with an open book propped open in front of her. She yawns. Sam's hunched over, taking the sex test. Interior senior room, senior boys room. Interior room, senior boy. Yeesh. One seat behind Sam in the next row of desks is a tall, handsome senior, Jake Ryan. He's an athlete and a class officer, the most significant male in the entire student body. He's bored with the study hall and is staring at Sam. She's figuring somewhere in his daydream. Close up on the test, Sam turns the test sheet over and continues. Number 7, have you ever done it? Her answer, I don't think so. Number 8, if you answered, I don't think so, would you ever if you could? Interior study hall, Sam thinks. It's a tough decision. She answers, I guess so. Number 9, with who? Be honest, your name's not on this, so it's okay. Interior of the classroom, Sam. She's worried and nervous about answering the final question. She lowers her head and peeks under her arm at Jake. And looking at Jake, he's gnawing his thumbnail, still staring at Sam. His point of view, Sam blanches as Jake catches her looking at him. She clumsily tries to make it appear as if she's just scratching her chin on her shoulder. She turns back to her test. Close up on the test, her hands trembling as she slowly writes Jake Ryan on question number 9. Her hand glides down to the last question. Number 10, does whoever you named above know that you want to with him? Sam writes a very definitive no and underlines it. She carefully folds the test into a tiny square, palms it, and pretending to yawn, puts her arms behind her head and drops the folded note on Randy's desk. Randy's sound asleep in her seat, head back, mouth open. She doesn't see the note drop on her desk, but Jake does. The note slides down the sloped writing desk and off. The note falls onto the floor. Jake's high top comes down on top of the note and slides it away. He reaches down and retrieves the note. He holds it in his palm and slips it in his pocket, keeping his eyes on Sam all the while. Later, in the hallway, Sam and Randy are walking down the hall, and Sam's upset.
You swear to God you don't have it? Randy?
I am so fucking sorry. I don't know anything about it.
Nancy Ludwig gave me a sex test during child development, and I was supposed to do it and pass it to you in independent study.
Randy shrugs her shoulders. It's news to her.
I'm totally screwed.
Did you put your name on it?
No, but it's really embarrassing. I had to name who I'd do it with if I ever did.
Randy can't wait to hear who Sam's dream lover is.
Who'd you name?
Jake Ryan.
Jake Ryan? He doesn't even know you exist.
That's a real nice thing to say.
Sorry, but Jake Ryan, he's a senior and he's taken. I mean, really taken.
I know. It was supposed to be my ideal.
He's ideal for sure, but forget it.
God, I hope whoever got that note doesn't know it was me that wrote it. I'd shit twice if I die. And die.
They continue down the hall. In the cafeteria, Jake. It's loud and crowded. Jake's sitting at a window ledge. He takes Sam's note out of his pocket and reads it. He's obviously very interested. He turns the page. Close up on the test, he reads his name in Sam's handwriting. He sits bolt upright. He looks left, then right to make sure no one's seen the note or suspects him of anything. In the cafeteria food line, Randy and Sam move their trays along the line. Sam's looking at her tray with revulsion.
I can't believe I'm actually going to consume a school hamburger.
They're not too terrible since they started using meat. What happened to your carrots?
Brenda was too busy today. If she can't remember my birthday, I can't expect her to remember my carrots.
Are they working?
Continued. I'm
Wait.
not sure who's testing his buddy's reaction. Wait.
I confused.
There's a page missing.
Oh, there's a page missing. Oopsie.
Well, something happens.
Stuff happens. And I go away.
And we skip forward to, I guess, Jake testing his buddy's
It's a
reaction.
gym.
Huh?
We're in the gym.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jake is talking to his buddy about the note and its intimate revelations that have set off a fury of emotions in Jake. It's almost as though he's seeking approval for the way he feels. His buddy Rock is decidedly unromantic. Girls are sex is sport, sport is life. One at a time, the boys rise up into frame, deliver their lines, and drop. Until noted, only one boy is on screen at a time.
Do you know Samantha Baker?
Sophomore, right?
What do you think of her?
I don't.
Would you ever go out with her?
Depends on how much you paid me.
Hey, she's not ugly.
There's nothing there, man. It's not ugly. It's just void, you know?
Jake holds himself up and rests his chin on the bar. Rock pulls himself up and holds alongside Jake.
Something about her. I do independent study with her, and I catch her looking at me a lot. It's kind of cool the way she looks. She's always looking at me.
Maybe she's off.
I'm being serious, okay? She looks at me like she's in love with me.
Rock stares at Jake like he's lost his mind. Tenderness is not Rock's forte.
Jake, she's a child.
So?
So what are you gonna do with her? She's too young to party serious.
Maybe I'm interested in more than a party.
You talk like you're hard up. You got Carolyn. She's a woman.
I've been going with her for what, a year? And you know what? I don't think she loves me. I don't think I love her.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I think about Carolyn, and I realize I never think about her unless I'm with her. And then all I'm thinking about is how I never think about her. I look in her eyes and I see tits. I look at this other girl and I don't care about tits.
She doesn't have any.
Don't you understand what I'm saying?
I don't think you understand what you're saying. I mean, you can park your pecker wherever you want, but I think you're nuts to 86 Carolyn for some sophomore wimp that looks at you weird.
I'm all fucked up about this, Rock. What's happening to me?
I don't know, but I hope you're turning gay. I'm not turning gay.
Jake grimaces. He lets go of the bar and walks away. We widen to reveal that the boys have been doing cheaters' chin-ups on a 5-foot bar. Rock's puzzled and disturbed by Jake's conversation. Interior girls' shower room. Girls are showering and dressing after gym. We see Sam and Randy standing in the doorway of the shower room with their arms folded across their chests to conceal their modest charms. Sam's shaking her head as she studies the mature physiques of the senior girls. Randy clucks her tongue.
That's unbelievable. I swear to God, Caroline Mulford had to flunk about ninth grades.
Close up on the world's most perfect breasts. Back to Sam and Randy. They hold their intense stares.
It truly makes me ill.
Their point of view, Carolyn Mulford is showering in front of them. She looks about 23 with a fully and perfectly developed body. Pin-up time. Her face is in the water spray and she doesn't realize she's being scrutinized. Sam and Randy. Sam looks up from her chest. Randy breathes a pained sigh.
She's perfect.
Practically impossible to cut up. She's supposedly real sweet. Her brother's deaf and everybody in the world worships her.
And she's going with Jake.
Randy looks at Sam sympathetically.
Figures, huh? Does she have a pink Trans Am?
Black.
I'm gonna kill myself.
A cloud of steam rolls across them and they disappear. Dissolve to exterior of the school, afternoon, and then exterior of the school bus. Freshman boys are climbing on board. They're silly and rowdy, pushing and shoving. Sam and Randy move in the crowd of boys, all of them a good head shorter.
I loathe the bus.
Interior of the bus. Sam and Randy board the bus. The bus driver, who's dressed like the Weenie Boys and wears a Walkman around his neck, is giving a high five to the boys boarding the bus.
My man, square it off!
This is what Beth looks like.
He offers his hand to Sam. She regards it with a sneer. She and Randy take their seats. They're surrounded by dopey freshman boys in ugly sweaters and parkas, the dregs of school society. The only other girl on the bus is a weird introvert with a spinal correction neck brace. A couple of band members are practicing in the back. We hear handheld computer games.
There has to be a more dignified mode of transportation.
I hope you get a car for your birthday and a driver's license.
Let's not hold our breath.
Sam and Randy focus on the seat in front of them.
On second thought,
they take a deep breath and hold their noses. Their point of view, 3 freshman boys in the seat in front of them are turned around to face them. They're smiling with disgusting mouthfuls of braces and jock straps on their heads. They raise electronic ray guns and fire at Sam and Randy. Oh dear God. Exterior Baker House afternoon. Cars are parked in the driveway and on the street. Interior of the house, Brenda and Ginny are hosting their luncheon. Ginny has opened her gifts and is sitting with a wok in her lap.
And Grace. Rudy and I are just going to adore and enjoy the wok. Rudy's a freak for stir-fry stuff. It was a really neat thought. All of you, really.
She sets the wok down along with 10 other gift woks. She's received one from every luncheon guest. Exterior neighborhood street. The school bus pulls up and stops. Randy climbs down. Sam speaks to her out the window.
Call me, okay?
You call me first and tell me what happened at home.
I'll tell you right now, nothing.
Quit feeling sorry for yourself. It's bad for your complexion.
The bus pulls out. Interior of the bus, it's just Sam, the neck brace girl, and one freshman lady, the geek. He's skinny and small with a cheap haircut, an imitation Lacoste shirt, baggy Levi cords, tennis shoes with dark socks, and a nylon backpack filled with books. He strolls down the aisle and sits next to Sam. He gives her his sexiest look, calf's eyes, and a metal mouth smile.
How's it going?
How's what going?
You know, things, life and whatnot.
Life is not about whatnot, and it's none of your business.
Are you going to the New Faces dance tonight?
That's also none of your business.
The geek puts his arm up on the back of the bus seat.
What's the story? You got a guy?
Sam looks at the geek with an angry, threatening squint.
3 big ones, and they will lust for wimp blood, so quit bugging me or I'll sick them all over your weenie ass.
I'm getting input from you that I'm reading as relatively hostile.
Fuck off.
Whoa, definitely hostile. What's the problem? I'm a he, you're a she. I'm attracted to you. I see you every day. I think about you frequently. Is there something wrong with me trying to put together some kind of relationship?
The bus stops. Sam gathers up her things. The geek reaches out and takes her arm.
Just answer me one question.
Yes, you're a total fag. Oh, I hated saying that word.
That's not the question.
Sam jerks her arm away.
Am I turning you on?
Sam stares at the geek for a moment, then hurries down the aisle of the bus and exits. He's confident that because she actually conversed with him, she likes him.
Encouraging. Very encouraging.
And in the foyer of the house, the luncheon guests are saying their farewells and wishing the bride to be good luck. Outside the house, Sam shuffles up the walk to the porch. The door opens and the ladies stream out. A couple smile at Sam, most don't recognize her. She stands to the side and plasters a polite grin on her face as she waits patiently for them to clear the door. Brenda and Jenny stand in the door and wait.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're all incredibly kind.
Thank you for coming.
I love the walks. Rudy's going to be so excited.
We'll see you all tomorrow.
As soon as the ladies are out of earshot, Jenny leans against the door jamb and groans.
I sincerely want to puke. His relatives are animals.
She slides back into the house, and Brenda looks at Sam.
Why didn't you say hello to them?
They didn't say hello to me.
Don't be smart.
Brenda goes back in the house. Sam shakes her head in disbelief.
I have entered a dimension beyond all time and space.
Interior of the house, 3rd floor stairwell, Sam trudges up the stairs, anxious for the solitude of her bedroom. She reaches the top of the stairs and throws up her free hand in dismay. Interior of her room, Sam's grandparents, Jim's parents, Howard and Dorothy Baker, are changing out of their travel clothes. They're in their early 70s. They're sweet and kind, but pampered and particular. Dorothy's in her gigantic bra and slip. Howard's in his undershorts, undershirt, socks, and garters. They're puttering around unpacking. Sam turns slowly to try and sneak back down without getting nabbed by the grandparents. A creaky stair gives her away. In the bedroom, Dorothy and Howard turn around. They're startled until they recognize Sam. Howard reaches for his pants.
Sam!
Samantha.
How's my little pumpkin?
Fine, Grandpa. How are you guys?
Howard gives her a hug and presses her to Dorothy, who bear hugs her. Sam grimaces as she's engulfed in her grandmother's arms.
You're sleeping up here?
Your grandpa Fred grabbed our claim on Sarah's room.
Dorothy releases Sam. She steps back out of hugging range and discreetly smells her shoulder to see if Dorothy's left a noticeable scent.
Oh, be fair, Howard. You got the garage for the Oldsmobile.
Sam drops a major hint about her birthday.
It's a nice day, isn't it? September 15th?
A little nippy if you ask me.
Oh, I hope it isn't cold tomorrow. You know Ginny. She'll refuse to wear her hat and coat over her wedding dress.
Sam's face drops as she realizes that they too have forgotten her birthday.
I'm going to set myself up in Mike's room.
Okay, sweetie. Grandpa and I look forward to a long, long visit with you.
Aces.
Interior of the house, second floor hallway. Sam comes down from the third floor.
This has to be a joke. I swear to God.
Sarah's door opens and Brenda's dad, Fred Addison, comes out. He's a jolly, robust man in his late 60s. His fashion model is Sam Sneed.
Hey, it's Sammy Baker Davis Jr.
Hi, Grandpa.
Fred's a wise guy, an ancient ham whose sense of humor is completely lost on Sam.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
Fred leans back into Sarah's room.
Helen, there's an owl out here in the hall.
Fred snorts and grabs Sam. He tickles her. Sam loathes it. Helen Addison comes out of Sarah's room. She's an attractive and somewhat chic older woman.
I think I might have forgotten to cast it.
Oh.
Fred, you're making her wet pants tingling like that.
Come on, Helen.
Helen swats his hand. He snorts again and releases Sam.
Let me look at you, Sam.
She pushes Sam back and examines her at arm's length.
Oh my, her little breasts have come in.
Sam blanches with horror. Fred makes another limp choke.
I better go get my magnifying glass.
Oh, dear God. Interior Mike's room. A typical boys' room with posters and sports equipment and bunk beds. Sam walks in, closes the door, walks over to the bed, and flops down in the bottom bunk in exasperated despair.
I can't believe my grandmother felt me up.
She closes her eyes. A head pops up on the top bunk and looks over the side. Close up on Sam, her eyes are closed. She feels a presence.
Oh, here we
Her
go.
eyes open, and we hear a Chinese gong. From her point of view, the head of a teenage Oriental boy is hanging over the top bunk, looking at her upside down. He's dopey looking with big black rimmed glasses and long straight hair. His name is Long Duck Dong.
Oh, fuck me. All right. What's happening, hot stuff?
And we go to the kitchen. Brenda's dressed for the dinner at the club. She's puttering around the kitchen, cleaning up, checking the dinner in the oven. Mike's sitting at the kitchen table watching television.
His name is Long Duck Dong, and he came down with Grandma and Grandpa Baker. He's an exchange student that lives with them.
He's completely bizarre.
He is not. He's a very sweet boy.
I hope you burn the mattress and the sheets after he leaves.
Sam walks in, completely resigned to the fact that the house has gone crazy.
I don't suppose it makes any difference to you, but there's a very weird Chinese guy in Mike's room.
Ginny dumped Rudy. He's her new fiance.
Mike, stop it. Will you help the grandmothers with dinner?
Is there any reason I should stay home tonight?
Well, I think it would be nice if you visited with your grandparents in Long Duck Dong.
Who?
The weird Chinese guy in Mike's room.
I think I have a dance to go to.
Can you remember to turn off the stove in 10 minutes?
I can remember lots of things.
Brenda looks puzzled at Sam, then decides she doesn't have the time to unravel teenage mysteries and exits. Sam sits down.
This is the single worst day of my entire life.
What are you bitching about? I have to sleep under a Chinese person named after a duck stork.
Where am I sleeping?
Sofa City, sweetheart.
Sam drops her head to the table. And we dissolve to Ginny's room. Ginny's getting dressed for the dinner at the club. She's in her panties and bra. Sam's laying on the bed looking at the wedding dress hanging on the open closet door. She toys with the lace.
Do you think Grandpa Fred's going to embarrass me?
I don't know why not. He does it to everybody else.
He asked me if Rudy was the oily variety bohunk.
Is he?
Ugh, don't be cute. I'm so paranoid. I know everybody'd be happier if I was marrying a white bread. Aunt Grace pulled me aside at the luncheon and told me that every family like Rudy's, no matter how straight, has a thug in it. She said it would be impossible to divorce him and live to enjoy it.
She's senile.
I really love Rudy, and he loves me totally. I've had guys who loved me, but Rudy is like flipped out, even after 6 months.
Ginny's casual attitude toward romance reminds Sam of how romantically bankrupt her old life is. Ginny has long enjoyed an overabundance of boyfriends. She has no consideration of how Sam might feel.
I think I'm in love.
Ginny sits down next to Sam and puts on an annoying motherly front. She speaks to Sam like she's a child.
That's really sweet, Sam. But Rudy and my love isn't a going steady thing. It's mature adult love. We're getting married. This is it, the big time. When your turn comes around, you'll understand what I'm saying.
She quickly refocuses the attention on herself. She stands up and models her full bust in the mirror on the back of the door. She drops the subject. Sam stands behind her and checks herself in the mirror.
You don't have to get married to be in love.
Jenny sits down at her dressing table and begins her makeup.
Of course not, but there's different varieties of love. What you're experiencing is puppy love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, how long have you been in love? A day? A week? 10 minutes?
Sam doesn't respond. She's angry at Jenny's insensitivity.
How long? How serious?
It hasn't really happened yet.
Ah, you mean you're in love. Has he told you he loves you?
Not exactly.
Are you dating?
No.
Well, are you doing anything?
Sam shakes her head. Cut to interior dining room later. Close up on a dinner plate. Steaming hot quiche. Pull back to reveal Dong bent over the food, studying it. He looks up, his glasses steamed over. He's amazed and impressed by the quiche.
Wow, I tell you, that is one very clever dinner. Oh, such an appetizing food, fit right into that little interesting round pie.
I can't stop laughing, Greg.
Interior dining room. The grandparents, Mike, Sarah, Sam, and Dong, are sitting at the dining room table with their TV dinners.
Mike.
It's quiche.
Oh, what now?
You don't spell it, son. You eat it.
He looks at Sam and rattles his dentures for her amusement. She's hardly amused. Dorothy doesn't take kindly to Fred's treatment of Dong. Dong smiles at Sam. She returns a polite smile.
Long duck dogs about your age, Sam. You two should have lots to chat about.
Well, I don't know about that quiche, but I do love visiting with Grandma and Grandpa and writing letters to my parents and pushing the lawn mowing machine, that technology. So Grandpa's all hernias so much. It's awful, really.
He also does the dishes and helps with the laundry.
True.
Where Dong comes from, young people respect and admire senior citizens.
Sam rolls her eyes. Mike looks at her, motions to Long Duck Dong, and raises his eyebrows mockingly, suggesting Sam make a play for Dong. She curls her lip at him and pushes back from the table.
Can I be excused?
Where are you going?
I have a dance to go to.
I thought we were going to make popcorn and play the Twister because I'm creepy.
It's an important dance. We're graded on it for Jim.
You kids still do the Watusi?
Ooh, I do.
Wait a minute, Sam. I've got a wonderful idea. Dong, would you like to go to the dance with Sam?
Sam's eyes bulge in horror. Dong snaps his fingers.
Well, that's just super.
Sam mouths a distraught, "Oh my God." Music comes up. Interior of Howard's Olds. Dong's at the wheel. Sam slumped down as far as she can get in the seat. She's wearing a skirt and blouse. Dentist office music is blasting. The windows are wide open.
Dong.
This how am I gonna say this? Wow, this car just speeds right along like a horse on the trail. V8, none of that monkey business.
Sam nods. If she had an ounce more guts, she'd throw herself out the door and die on the pavement.
I just started driving for this fine country just 2 weeks ago. It is the first time I drive alone, but not the first time I've done other things alone.
And the Oldsmobile flies through a red light, jumps the intersection, and bottoms out in a shower of sparks. Inside the car, Dong puts his arm up on the seat, revealing a heavily stained underarm.
Oh, yes, sir. America's just a moving, exciting, sexual locale where you just speed along 55 miles an hour on my way to a hot teenage dance party. I do so love to be excited. How about you?
Sam shakes her head no.
I hate excitement.
Well, you like the kinky stuff, right?
Oh, dear God.
It's funny on so many levels.
From the exterior, the Olds fishtails around a corner and howls down a side street, and we dissolve to the exterior of the school at night. And inside the school, Sam in the girls' locker room, sitting on a sink, as depressed as anyone can get. Randy's fixing her face and trying to console Sam. She has an outrageous amount of makeup supplies spread out on the sink.
Nobody has to know you're with him.
I must have been a mass murderer in a previous life.
Look, just pretend you don't know who he is.
I'm such a loser.
Randy sweeps her makeup into a big shoulder bag.
No, you're not. Let's go. Maybe Long Duck Dong will get lost.
I'm not that lucky.
She and Randy exit. A beat and a toilet flushes. A stall door opens and Dong peeks out with a mischievous smile on his face.
Well, this Dong's gonna make plenty sure that he gets lucky tonight.
Oh, God. Interior of the gym. It's the first big dance of the school year. A female DJ is spinning records and rapping between songs. She's brought a huge sound system and light show. Jake, with Carolyn in his arms, is talking with the looking Rock and his tiny petite girlfriend, Patty. Rock's wearing a funky rumpled secondhand store suit, a mesh jersey, and a Jack Daniels cap. Jake's wearing jeans and a blue blazer. It's all very proper and dignified. These are the popular people who are seemingly immune to the sorts of humiliations that beset people like Sam. Carolyn takes Jake's arm and pulls him to the dance floor. It's a slow song. She rests her head on his shoulder and they dance. At the gym door, Sam and Randy walk in.
I wonder if Jake's here.
It isn't healthy to get too jacked up about a guy who isn't even a thing yet.
You don't have anything. You don't have anything to lose, right?
That's a cheerful thought. Let's go make ourselves available.
Randy winks and heads into the crush of bodies in the gym. Sam sighs and follows. Another angle in the gym, we see Sam moving through the gym through an infrared scope. A little spook music accompanies.
That's the one, dude.
And along the weenie wall, Geek and his buddy, the freshman boys section of the gym. The guys who don't date yet, weenies in their party finest. Among them is the Geek and his buddies Cliff and Bryce. We recognize the source of the infrared light in the previous scene as we see the Geek wearing night vision goggles. He removes the complex device from his face and gives them to Cliff. He puts them on.
Scope it out.
She doesn't look like a freshman.
Sophomore, dude. Fully aged sophomore meat. We do the bus together.
You've talked to her?
Talked? Shit, dude. I got a relationship with her figured out. Figured to 17 digits.
You
Cliff
lie.
Cliff and Bryce are amazed. He lowers the goggles and lets them hang around his neck.
You lie.
Who lies? By night's end, I predict me and her will interface.
And Cliff and Bryce stare at the Geek as if he's just told them he's going to walk on water.
Check it out.
The Geek cools up his hair and heads for Sam. Cliff and Bryce watch for a moment, then slip on a personal radio communicator of the variety SWAT teams and football coaches use.
Pretty intense, huh? Over?
Whack to the next. Over.
Interior of the gym, Sam and Randy. Sam's watching Jake and Carolyn slow dancing. Randy's talking with friends. Sam's imagining herself in Carolyn's place. Her point of view, Jake turns to camera and looks directly at Sam. She's caught. Her mouth drops open in alarm, she quickly turns to the nearest boy and grabs him to cover the fact that she was ogling Jake. To her ultimate horror, she's grabbed the geek. He takes her actions as confirmation that she's hot for his bod, and the DJ segues into a rocker, which is repeated there.
He rolls into.
All right. I knew you'd come around.
He yanks her out on the dance floor, keeping one hand firmly in hers. He does a moon dance. Sam is stunned and speechless at yet another tragedy in her life.
Cricket, sister!
The DJ pulls the record out of her hair and angrily whips it down at the geek. She keeps the records in her hair. The geek ducks the record and throws his head back. He lets out a spirited yelp.
Very hot. Very hot. The night is happening.
The geek's enthusiastic grin dissolves.
What's the matter?
Sam is standing as still as a statue on the dance floor. Tears are streaming down her face. The geek thinks Sam's crying tears of happiness. He gives her his idea of a sexy smile.
I'm blowing your mind, aren't I?
He executes an embarrassing spin and
I'm just getting warmed up.
he steps back, hurls himself in the air, and lands on the floor on his back.
Oh.
He's in terrible pain, laying on the floor.
I'm okay, babe.
In the gym lobby, Sam bursts out of the gym in tears and runs across the lobby and down a dark hallway. In the hallway, she slows down and stops. She rests her head against the locker. She's sobbing with tears of hurt and anger. She slams her fist against the locker.
Damn.
She turns around and slides down the locker.
I hate myself.
In the gym at the refreshment table, the geek limps back to the weenie wall. Cliff and Bryce chide him about losing Sam.
Way to go, dickface. She took off.
The geek improvises an excuse.
Don't you know anything about girls? They get hyper when you come on hard. I told you I'd interface with her, and I will. She grabbed me. Dog lips. Don't worry. The situation will come online. Don't spaz out, weasel.
I'll bet you a dozen floppy dicks you didn't even get tit.
Floppy disks. You got a bet, scumbag. I'll get it all. I'm sorry, man. Whatever I did was an accident.
Relax.
We seem to be missing a page again.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it fun, okay?
The geek makes a very exaggerated effort to look relaxed.
You were dancing with a girl.
I'm sorry. I totally lost my head. I must have been on drugs.
Do you know her?
Hey, she grabbed me, guy. I'm totally innocent. Is she yours?
Jake shakes his head, and the geek breathes a sigh of relief.
What do you know about her?
The geek relaxes and begins to feel like Jake's his buddy. He is, after all, talking girls with him.
She's kind of quiet. Weenie tits, but anything more than a mouthful's a waste. Jesus. Good face, decent voice. Smells pretty good. Drives me schizo. And I'm old poon dog. What? I'm an old poon dog, though, so anything with 4 legs and a tail makes me go ape shit.
Did she come here with you?
No, but if it's okay with my dad, she's going home with me.
Jake nods and walks away. The geek feels like $1,000,000. He continues across the gym. On his way, he passes Dong, who's slow dancing to rocker with a 6'2" girl, the lumberjack. She's stocky and tough, wearing painter's pants, a flannel shirt, and black high tops. Dong lovingly rests his head on her huge breasts as they dance. He reaches his hand out of the neck of her shirt and pushes his glasses up on his nose. Interior of the hallway, Sam's sitting on the floor with her back against the lockers. She hears footsteps and looks down the hall. Her point of view, Carolyn and 2 of her friends are walking down the hall, passing a joint between them. They are Tracy and Robin.
Where you bitches at?
I'm Robin, but I don't talk first.
Tracy. Alyssa, you're Tracy.
Okay. Do you want to blow this dance off? I'm bored to the brink of
Tracy, you're
insanity.
Alyssa and Helen. Or Alyssa, you're Tracy. I can speak. Alyssa, you're Tracy and Helen. Just to let you know, you were the other grandma.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God. Oh geez. Do you
Oh,
want to
gosh. Oh, crap.
It's
Oh,
okay,
crap.
dear. It's okay.
I'm bored to the brink of insanity.
And go where?
Jake's parents aren't home. We could do his house.
Sam watches and listens, pained by their boundless good fortune. The girl with everything approaches the girl with nothing. Carolyn notices Sam sitting on the floor. Sam ducks her head.
How's it going?
Sam looks up. She shrugs her shoulders and rubs her damp nose.
Good.
The girls continue down the hall and Sam watches.
Let's party light, though. Jake's so paranoid about his parents' house getting trashed.
The girls giggle.
Again.
Sam shakes her head, realizing how far her dreams are from reality. She pulls herself up and wipes the tears from her cheeks. She heads back to the gym. Interior of the gym, Long Duck Dong has taken over the DJ's mic and is doing an Oriental rap. The crowd is going crazy for him. He's such a total asshole, they love him. He feeds on their cruel adoration. Love that description. Interior of the gym at the Weenie Wall. The freshman boys, the Geeks gang, are breaking. Real bad white suburban breaking. Ooh, they're spinning around on their backs, banging into the wall, chairs, tables, and other people. Dong throws his head back and shrieks.
God bless America! And I just missed
And
those
the
breaths.
chaperones in the gym. A couple of spinster teachers and a middle-aged parent couple stare in frozen horror at what's become of the dance. Sam and Randy in the gym. Randy's found a guy, Jimmy Montrose. He's a semi-popular, semi-handsome guy. He's holding her hand as they sit on the gym bleachers watching Dong. Sam's with them, resting her chin on her knees. Her eyes are red from crying, and she has the sniffles.
Well, that guy's great. He's totally fucked. Where's he from?
South side of Mars.
You know him?
He's my date.
Oh.
Jimmy's mouth drops open. The geek returns and slides down the bleachers next to Sam.
I'm back.
She looks at him wearily.
So I smell.
Oh, that's my shave cream. Want to feel a clean, close shave?
I'll pass. You couldn't find anybody else to bug? Huh?
You're the one I want to bug.
This is my friend Randy. That's Jimmy Montrose.
Howdy, dude.
This is Farmer Fred.
My name's Ted.
Technically Farmer Ted, but
Well, my name's Ted.
sorry, this is Farmer Ted.
Oh, I'm not a farmer. I work at Computerland.
Jimmy is totally disinterested. Randy feels sorry for Sam.
Wimp. Can I be honest with you?
Not if you're going to insult me.
Okay.
Shoot.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nice manners.
Jimmy looks around Randy to the geek.
She's totally serious, asswipe.
Okay, fine. Don't freak. You want to split with me?
Okay.
The geek is expecting rejection. He misunderstands her.
I just thought I'd... Huh?
Sam stands and the geek rises slowly.
I'll catch you guys later.
The geek's dumbfounded. So is Randy. Sam heads for the door. The geek stumbles after her. Randy's disturbed by the action.
This is so sad.
Interior of the gym, Jake watches Sam and the geek exit. He's curious and a little confused.
Another
Did we-
page. Yeah.
We skipped a page again.
It's been a
I was
really
thinking. All right.
Da-na-na-na-na. They say it's your birthday. Da-na-na-na-na. It's my birthday too. Da-na-na-na-na.
I'm glad it's your birthday.
Hey, Jude. Don't.
waiting.
And things have been going on, and the geek ends up feeling a little foolish.
It's been a real shitty birthday for me, no offense, but I don't need a serenade right now.
What's wrong? You didn't get anything good?
I didn't get shit. Not even a happy birthday. My whole family blew it off.
The geek is horrified.
I'd freak if my family forgot my birthday.
Sam stretches out on the hood.
It's a brand new year. It's my birthday. I'm 16. Everything should be platinum. I should be happy, right?
The geek agrees.
I can't get happy. It's physically impossible for me to get happy.
The geek looks at her curiously.
You're frigid?
Sam stares blankly at him, appalled at his nerve.
Well, I guess I could be. It fit in just fine with all my other bummers.
I'm fairly knowledgeable about the female reproductive organs if you want to shoot me a question.
Just shut up, okay? I'm not really in the mood to discuss this kind of stuff with you. It's none of your business.
Sam pulls her legs up and rests her chin on her knees.
Would you feel better if you knew one of my secrets?
I'm not in the mood to get grossed out.
We're not talking gross, just embarrassing.
The geek clears his throat and scratches his ear. He steels himself and boldly reveals his secret.
I've never bagged a babe.
Sam stares at him for a beat, then lets out a hoarse laugh. She can't help herself. It's obvious he's a virgin.
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
And Sam howls with laughter.
I swear to God, I've never even had hand contact.
Sam finally manages to control herself, and she wipes her nose on her sleeve and shakes out her hair.
I appreciate you not laughing at me.
And she bursts into laughter again, and the geek laughs too.
Oh, man.
That's not what I meant. I meant...
He suddenly takes her in his arms and holds her close. She stops laughing and clears her throat.
Time out, Junior.
He lets her go and feels like a fool for his sudden attack.
No means no. Excuse me.
No, that's true.
He sits back against the windshield, frightened and embarrassed.
I'm really sorry.
She isn't offended or angry. She's slightly flattered and understands completely how he feels. She realizes his plight isn't too far removed from hers.
It's okay.
The geek smiles and grabs her again.
I mean, it's okay that you did it before. I didn't mean for you to do it again, okay?
He lets her go, and Sam gives him a warm, reassuring smile.
Just now I felt how much you like me.
You're probably zoning in on my brainwaves.
I don't think so. I felt it on my leg.
The geek thinks about what she said for a second and then reaches in his pocket. Sam's mouth drops open, thinking he's going to expose himself.
I don't want to see it!
He pulls out a roll of certs, and she's relieved.
Sorry if I embarrassed you.
I'm not embarrassed. Fresh breath is a priority in my life.
Sam smiles at his honesty and innocence, and his interest.
I don't want to hurt your feelings because it's really human of you to listen to all of my bullshit.
I care about it. I swear to God. I know I come on kind of like an asshole on the bus and tonight, but that's mainly just so my friends won't think I'm a dink.
They're all pretty much dinks though, aren't they?
I guess. I'm kind of the leader. I'm like the king of the dipshits.
That's pretty cool, but you're still a freshman. A lot can happen in a year. You could come back next fall as a totally normal person.
Yeah?
For sure.
The geek turns serious, and he takes a deep breath.
Would it be totally off the wall if I asked if I could have sex with you?
Sam sighs and smiles and nods.
Sorry, I thought so. I know that isn't the standard method guys use to score poon, but I'm like, kind of a rookie.
You asking me is not as off the wall as why I won't.
VD?
I'm kind of in love. It's really stupid. He doesn't even know me. Jake Ryan?
You like Jake?
She's embarrassed.
I just talked to him in the gym. He asked me about you.
Sam's mouth drops open. She wonders if she heard the geek right.
Yeah, he asked what you were like.
He did not.
Cross my heart.
Oh my God. If you're lying, I'll beat the crap out of you.
Hey, I'm not lying. I swear on a stack of Bibles.
I can't believe this. I'm freaking.
She grabs her purse. She's giddy and confused. Her mind and her mouth is going double speed.
Should I go back to the gym and go up to him and sort of say, hi, Jake, or is it better to let him come to me?
This really isn't my department.
But what if I decide to let him come to me and he forgets? Or what if he changes his mind? Then I'm screwed, right?
Apparently.
Well, what would you do if you were me?
Well, I'm a gambling man by nature. I'd go for it.
This is so strange, but I'll take it.
The biggest smile she's ever had spreads across her face, and she kisses the geek's cheek.
You're the best.
She slides off the car.
Wait,
What?
do you know anything about floppy disks?
We'll talk about it on the bus, okay?
Well, I've kind of got a problem. Floppy disks are pretty expensive, and I made a bet. I bet my friend that I'd do it with you.
Sam puts her hands on her hips angrily and stares him down.
Well, this was before I knew you as a person. I told him I'd get proof, and I can get it without actually getting physical.
How?
Could I borrow your underpants for about 10 minutes?
And Sam's eyes open in shock.
What?
Back in the gym, it's slow dance time. Randy is snuggled comfortably in the crook of Jimmy's shoulder. As they dance past as they dance past, she discreetly picks a piece of his sweater fuzz off of her tongue. Ew. Rock is dancing with Patty. He's holding her a foot off the ground. Dong and the lumberjack waltz past, joined at the lip. He takes his handkerchief out of his pocket and deftly blows his nose without breaking the kiss. Ew. Carolyn has Jake's neck in a vacuum suck lock. He's scanning the dance floor for Sam. Carolyn releases him with a wet pop and kisses his lips.
I think it's time to blow this thing off and go to your house.
Huh?
I told Tracy and Robin and those guys to come over to your parents' house, okay?
Jake nods. He isn't listening to her.
Sure.
I told them not to tell anybody. I love when your parents are out of town. I fantasize that I'm your wife and we're like the richest, most popular adults in town. I owe all my great weekends to you.
She notices he's not paying attention.
What's your damage?
Huh?
You've been acting weird all night. You screwing around?
Jake is startled that she's onto him. He reacts with obvious guilt.
Me? Me?
You got another line.
Are you crazy?
I don't know, Jake. I'm getting strange signals.
Well, they're not coming from me. Everything's fine. Don't have a cow.
Okay, but just remember one thing. I can name 20 guys who'd kill to fuck me.
Jake regards her remark as another indictment of their loveless relationship. He takes offense to her issuing threats.
Is it a threat?
It's a fact, Jake.
The song ends and Carolyn backs off. She takes Jake's hand. She's made her point and feels confident that he's been sufficiently warned.
Before we get into a big, ugly fight, let's take off.
In the gym lobby, Sam is practicing her moves and trying out ploys to speak to Jake.
Hi, Jake. I'm Samantha. How's it going?
She doesn't like that.
Got a cigarette? This will seem incredibly dumb, Jake, but I love you, and I'll do anything for you to make you love me. I love your shirt. Jake, you're not going to believe this, but I had this very weird dream and you were in it.
She decides on the last remark. She likes it. She feels confident. She pats her hair, takes a deep breath, musters her courage, and walks back into the gym. Jake is at a clothes rack looking for Carolyn's coat. Sam spies Jake and nervously moves towards him. She rehearses in her head what she's going to say. She raises her arm to tap his shoulder. The music stops. He turns around with Carolyn's blazer and is as shocked to see Sam as she is to see him. He quickly adjusts to the situation and puts on his best and sexiest smile. Sam's courage evaporates. She panics, and rather than faint, throw up, or say something incredibly stupid, she keeps on walking. The music starts again, a new tune. Jake is bewildered. The haste with which she departed looks to him like rejection.
She hates me. I gave her all my teeth and she blew me off.
Sam slices through the crowd of kids to the end of the bleachers and around behind them. She grabs her head in anger and embarrassment.
I'm totally retarded. He smiles and I spaz. I'm blitzed. I don't deserve him.
Jake helps Carolyn on with her blazer. He's still cursing himself. He looks down the bleachers to try and catch a glimpse of Sam.
Are you blushing?
Hell no. Why would I do that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Maybe I just need some party action.
Carolyn smiles with relief.
Oh, thank God, you're normal again.
Carolyn walks on ahead and Jake rolls his eyes and hangs back for one last look at the gym.
I want that girl.
In the bleachers, Sam peeks around the bleachers and sees Jake and Carolyn leaving.
I'm such a faggot. Such a complete weasel.
She rests her chin on the bleachers without thinking about the fact that that first sentence makes no sense whatsoever and closes her eyes.
And I can't believe I gave my panties to a geek.
Interior hallway, boys' bathroom door. A freshman sneaks up to the door and knocks softly. The door opens and Cliff looks out.
What year are you?
Freshman?
Give me a buck.
The freshman hands Cliff a 5. Cliff takes a fat wad of singles from his pocket and counts out 4 in change. In the bathroom is jammed with shrimpy freshman boys. They're all talking excitedly. Bryce flashes the lights.
Okay, everybody, shut up.
The room
Ted.
quiets down.
Ted, go for it, man.
A stall door slowly opens and the geek steps out. Heraldic music swells up. With great drama and showmanship, the geek holds up Sam's tiny baby blue Garfield the cat panties. The freshmen gasp in awe and drop to their knees. Back in the gym, Sam is putting on her coat. She's had enough. Randy's hanging on Jimmy. She feels for Sam and is trying to convince her to stay.
Where are you gonna go?
I'll wait in the car until Duck Dork gets danced out.
Don't do that. Stay here with us.
No, I gotta get out of here before anything else terrible happens.
No offense, but what more could happen?
In the dark hallway, it's dark and spooky. We hear the chilling, ominous opening bars of the Jaws theme. A beat, and Grandpa Fred peeks around the corner. Then Dorothy, Howard, and Helen. The grandparents are invading the dance. Dissolved to the interior of the Oldsmobile. Come on. Dong's driving, Sam's in the passenger seat, and the lumberjack's in the middle, tucked up tight against her newfound Korean bow.
Korean.
Now, that's what he was supposed to be.
Okay, cool.
South Korean in this case.
It's cool.
Dong has his arm
Mama.
around her and is driving with one finger. Sam's depressed and embarrassed. The lumberjack turns to Sam and chucks her on the arm.
I think I played intramural b-ball with you last year. You're the one who dribbles like a girl.
That's me.
The lumberjack nods.
Hey, listen. Thanks for loaning me the donger. He's bitchin'.
It's okay. You guys make a great couple.
The lumberjack looks at Dong and they exchange loving looks.
This donger never been more happy in my entire young life.
You maniac!
Uh-huh. I now have a place to put my hands. Ooh.
Sam rolls her eyes along with the rest of us and slumps further down in the seat. The lumberjack lets out an earthy yelp as Dong gooses her. Exterior of the drive-in, night. The Oldsmobile screams into the drive-in at 55 miles per hour, locks up the brakes, and skids into a tight spot between 2 other cars, miraculously avoiding them both. Dong throws open his door, banging the car next to him. He yanks the lumberjack out and they head for the restaurant. Parked outside is a motorcycle. Dong and lumberjack admire it.
Kawasaki.
The what now?
So glad they cut that out.
Exterior of the car. Jimmy Montrose's car pulls in behind the Olds. Randy gets out and hurries to Sam's window. Sam looks up. Randy leans in the window. She's upset.
Where's that? Wait.
Sorry, I got distracted by
Oh, that's
the
me.
chat. Sam, are you sitting down?
Sam looks over at her. Of course she's sitting down.
I don't want to depress you.
Sam covers her head and slumps down in the seat.
What now?
Interior drive-in restaurant bathroom later. Sam's mouth is wide open. She's stunned. Randy feels terrible about having to be the bearer of bad news.
Be thankful you got out of there before your grandparents showed up.
Oh my god.
It was pretty weird. They told everybody baby stories about you.
Oh my god.
Your grandfather, who always makes the shitty jokes, hijacked the mic and sang some really bizarre songs.
Oh my god.
The good news is they pretty much trashed the dance. Everybody kind of took off like right away.
Randy puts a consoling arm around Sam. She can't think of anything encouraging to say.
I'm infected.
Just forget about it, okay? Come with me and Jimmy. There's a monster party over at Jake Ryan's.
Sam looks at Randy like she's crazy.
I'm sure I'd go over there. For what? Hyper humiliation?
You gotta stop torturing yourself.
I'm not doing anything to me.
I mean about Jake. What what you should do is go with us, okay? Maybe Jake will get shit-faced and act disgusting and you'll lose interest in him. Remember last summer how bad I had a crush on that guy from Maine? I had a hard-on every waking minute until he puked on my feet. For the rest of the summer, every time I saw him, I gagged.
I think Jake could puke anywhere on me and it wouldn't bother me.
I don't know, Sam. It's pretty valid. I thought I'd die for this guy, but when it came right down to it, my feet were more important.
Sam shakes her head no.
No thanks. I can't believe I have to go to a wedding tomorrow. You know how many times I'm going to have to smile? I'll probably get a facial hernia.
The bathroom door slams open and the lumberjack clumps in.
Lumberjack?
Sorry, lumberjack. Hi, dudes.
Randy and Sam wave. Lumberjack goes into a stall. Sam jumps down off the sink and Randy gives her a hug.
If you want some company, I'll tell Jimmy I just got my period.
It's okay. I'm fine.
Randy kisses her cheek. She starts to leave. From the stall, we hear the lumberjack going. It sounds like a horse. Randy and Sam exchange puzzled glances.
Wow.
They bend
Excuse
over and
me.
look under the stall. Their point of view, the lumberjack's high tops are in front of the toilet, pointing in. She's going standing up. Exterior of the drive-in. Dong is still looking at the bike. He climbs on it, pretends to drive it. As he dismounts, he kicks the engine over. The bike flies into the parking lot.
Oh my god.
Exterior drive-in door. The meanest looking biker in the world comes out with his old lady on his arm. He sees his bike in a heap in the parking lot. Oh no. Interior country club dining room. Same time. It's very stately and sedate. Jim and Brenda, Ginny and her fiance, Rudy and his parents. Bruno and Irene have finished dinner and are enjoying after-dinner drinks. Bruno looks like a retired prize fighter. He's wearing a black polyester leisure suit with white stitching, an egg yellow silk shirt, a gold nugget on a chain, and a massive diamond pinky ring. Irene's wearing a dress fit for a madam. Her bleached pink blonde hair is styled in a fashion that would shame a country singer. They're a bellowing contrast to the blue blazers and monogram blouses of the members. Between puffs on his Havana, Bruno explains to a nervous and worried Jim what business he's in.
Basically, Jimmy, my business is video game arcades, laundry, cigarette machines, and trucking. I dabble a little in personal loans and politics. Well, all that matters is that the kids are happy together.
Just so long as my beautiful boy remembers that marrying this one means he's out of the Girl of the Month club.
I can still look. I just can't touch, right?
She forces a smile. Exterior Jake's house, $1 million of contemporary fieldstone and glass on a wooded acre. Cars are jammed up in the driveway, on the lawn, in the woods. Elegant streams of toilet paper hang from the trees. Every light in the house is on. Windows are open. Music is blasting. In the kitchen, a magnificent cook's kitchen. Okay. The refrigerator freezer is empty and open. There are bottles and cans covering every inch of available space. Drunk kids are weaving in and out, kissing, shouting, fighting. One bemused youth is trying to put out a fire in the oven. He pops a beer can, drinks some, pours some on the fire, drinks the rest, pops another. Carolyn staggers in.
Has anybody seen Jake?
Who's Jake?
This is his house, asshole.
Ooh.
In the living room, Jake's parents' vacation videos are playing on the giant screen. Kids are howling at the home movies. The room's a disaster. People are piled on the furniture. Pizza boxes are overturned on silk oriental rugs. I'm hoping that's what that's supposed to be. Two boys are dancing with each other. A drunken Hulk is eating a raw slab of sirloin. A drunk, sick kid is sitting on a chair with a Ming vase between his knees. Carolyn weaves in.
You people are huge pigs. Look at what you've done to Jake's house.
She steps up on a coffee table and looks around for Jake.
Jakey.
Interior of the indoor pool area. All the pool furniture is in the pool, along with a bunch of rude, wild kids, clothed, semi-clothed, and nude. They're beating the water as one of them stands on the side, pouring liquid dish detergent in the water to make a huge bubble bath of the pool. Carolyn stumbles in.
Jake? Outrageous. I love bubble baths.
Interior of the bedroom wing. A drunk girl in panties and bra is talking to a drunk guy.
Okay. Is this what you want?
She unfastens her bra and flashes the guy. He nods yes. She closes the bra.
That's not what you want.
Carolyn wanders past yelling for Jake.
Jake! God damn it!
A bedroom door opens and Tracy and Robin come out wearing Jake's mother's furs. They grab Carolyn.
These coats are so excellent. Can we have them?
I'll be your best friend forever, even when I'm dead.
I think Jake's mom might freak out if you ripped off her coats.
Oh, she won't mind. I swear to God.
Are you sure?
Cross my heart.
Okay, but you gotta tell me where Jake is.
Tracy and Robin point feebly down the hall.
Tell me truthfully, is he with somebody?
Close up on Samantha's yearbook picture. A typical sweet smile pose. A boy's finger traces down the page to her name. In Jake's room, in contrast to his guests, Jake is sober. He closes the yearbook and tosses it on his bed. He picks up the phone and dials information.
Can I have the phone number for Samantha Baker in Northfield? If she doesn't have a phone number, can you give me all the Bakers, or do I have to call back? I'm 555-1740. Thanks.
He hangs up and writes the number down. He picks up the phone and dials. He unconsciously fixes his hair. He clears his throat. In Sam's house, third floor bedroom, Sam's phone rings in the darkened bedroom. It rings and rings. Finally, Dorothy stirs. Back in Jake's room, he's growing impatient.
Damn, come on, answer.
Back in Sam's bedroom, Dorothy feels around for the phone. It rings a couple more times before she picks it up. In Jake's room, he gives up.
Oh, fuck me.
And slams the phone down. Back in Sam's room, Dorothy sits up in bed with the phone to her ear, staring quizzically. Howard sits up.
Who was it?
Dorothy's too shocked to answer.
What they want? Dorothy.
Dorothy!
Sorry. What did he want?
What do they want?
Sex.
Back in Jake's room, he puts the phone back and curses.
Shit.
There's a knock on his door.
You do that way too well, Beth.
Jake, are you hiding?
He reaches out and unlocks the door. Carolyn falls into the room. She lays on her back, laughing. Jake is unamused.
I fell.
It's that funny, huh?
How come the door was locked?
You're shit-faced.
No.
She cracks herself up again, and Jake stands up.
Did you make sure nobody else got in the house?
Carolyn sits up on her elbows and nods.
Good. Is the house demolished?
Carolyn looks at him for a moment, fighting off a smile. Finally, she snorts and lets out a horse laugh. Jake jumps up and tears out of the room.
He's drowning for the next 25,000 years.
And we cut to the exterior of Sam's house. The Oldsmobile races up, locks brake, and skids into the curb. The passenger door opens and Sam gets out. The old squeals away. Sam watches it disappear into the night.
The donger's in town 5 hours and he's got somebody. I live here all my life and I'm like a disease.
At the front door, Sam reaches into the mailbox for the house key. As she opens the door, it occurs to her that the family may be planning to surprise her. She opens the door quietly and slips in. In the foyer, she closes the door softly. She's smiling, thinking she has it all figured out. She takes off her jacket and tiptoes into the living room. In the living room, she looks around the darkened room. She turns on a light and braces herself for the big surprise. Nothing. Sitting on the couch is a neat stack of bedding, sheets, blanket, and pillow. Another unconscious, unintentional jab at Sam's lonely heart. Everyone in the house is asleep.
This is just excellent.
She walks to the couch and knocks over the pile of bedding, grabs a sheet, and throws it open. In Jake's house in the living room, Jake stands in the midst of the riot going on in his parents' house. He's resigned to it and the consequences he knows he'll have to face. Carolyn comes up into frame, crawling up his body as he stands stiff and tall. She snakes her arms around his neck.
You're the only one at the party who isn't having a party. Don't you like to party anymore?
He looks at her passively. He plants his hand squarely on her face and gives her a gentle shove. She keels over and crashes to the floor. Exterior of Jake's house, the Oldsmobile roars up the driveway with a flat tire. It rams straight into a parked car. Dong and the lumberjack climb out. The drive-in tray is still attached to the car window. A beat and the back door opens and the biker and his old lady get out and saunter up to the house. Interior of the house in Jake's room. He's dialing Sam's number again and he waits as it rings. Hallway outside his room, Carolyn crawls up the hall.
Jake, sweetie pie, love you. Where are you, Jake?
She stops at his door and looks in.
Jakey, have you stopped loving me?
In Jake's room, he angrily kicks his door shut. I think that's a yes. In the hallway, close up on Carolyn, her nose is half an inch from the closed door. She sighs and turns to crawl back to the party. She discovers that her hair is stuck in the door. She tugs, no good. She knocks.
Get out of here.
I can't, honey, sweetie, asshole.
Robin and Tracy stagger up the hall, still wearing the coats.
Chase, can you help me?
What's wrong?
Several things.
Interior Sam's room, Dorothy and Howard sit up again. Howard grabs the phone.
Hello?
Back in Jake's room, he's shocked at the angry greeting. He looks at the number he's written down. We can hear Howard yelling over the phone.
Who is this? I know you're there. I can hear you breathing.
Back in Jake's room, he swallows hard, summons his courage, and speaks to Howard.
Yes, hello, sir. I wonder if you could be so kind as to tell me if I am indeed reaching the party I wish to reach.
Are you the little booger that's been calling here and hanging up?
That must be some other little bugger, sir. I've been at church. Would this possibly be the home of Miss Samantha Baker? And if so, may I converse with her briefly?
Yes, it is, and no, you may not.
Might I leave a message?
In Sam's room, Howard covers the phone.
He wants to leave a message for Sam.
Give me that phone.
And Howard turns the phone over
Now
to Dorothy.
you listen to me, mister. God didn't put me on this earth to be awakened with filthy suggestions from a rude mouth hooligan like you. And as for our granddaughter, she has more than enough sense to stay clear of the likes of you. Good night and goodbye.
She slams the phone down and looks at Howard.
It's a good thing Sam has us, Howard.
Even if she doesn't always appreciate us.
Dorothy gives Howard a peck on the cheek, and he turns off the light. Exterior street. The geek, Bryce, and Cliff are walking up Jake's driveway. Bryce's beeper goes off.
Shit, that's my mom. I gotta get home.
Change your frequency, okay? Don't be such a wimp. This is a great social opportunity for us.
We'll get pounded if we go to a senior party.
Hey, we've got $70 and a pair of girls' underwear. We're safe as kittens.
Bryce takes off his beeper and fiddles with it.
I changed my frequency when we saw a flock of seagulls and I got grounded for a month.
A carload of kids flies by. Exterior Jake's house at the front door. The geek, Bryce, and Cliff reach the front door. They're bubbling with excitement at being moments from an out-of-control senior party.
Don't embarrass me, okay?
For sure we won't.
Be polite to his parents.
The geek rings the bell. A beat, and it opens. A very drunk and silly Dong looks out.
If I had admitted.
Oh, I had a little too many mint juleps. Come on in, you gentlemen, and party hardy.
Oh, in Jake's house, the dining room window seat. The biker is sitting on the window seat with his 35th beer in his paw. He's drunk and sullen. A balmed but still perky girl, Megan, is trying to make conversation. She's apparently oblivious to his dangerous look.
What school do you go to?
The biker looks at her through half-closed lids.
If I had to guess, I'd say St. Anthony's, because all the guys who go there are like totally into leather and metal things.
The biker holds his incredulous stare and curls an angry lip, revealing a horrifying mouthful of decayed teeth.
I don't mean to be obnoxious, but you really should consider an orthodontist. My orthodontist is the best. He's amazingly gorgeous, and he doesn't have hairy hands. It is so gross to have disgusting, hairy man's hands in your mouth, and...
The biker puts his cigarette out in his mouth, momentarily silencing the girl.
Did that hurt?
We move off the biker to his old lady sitting next to him. She's drinking a bottle of beer. There's a jock sitting next to her. He's checking her out. She looks at him. He raises a seductive eyebrow. She pushes the bottle into her mouth and twists it slowly back and forth in an even more seductive gesture. The jock's eyes light up. He smiles. The biker's old lady leans forward. The jock leans forward to meet her. The biker's old lady bites the end off the bottle and chews the glass. The jock's face registers total fear. He backs away. Interior Jake's house, the living room. The lights are low, make-out time. Bodies are spread across the furniture and the floor. A softcore porno picture is playing on the big screen TV. A piece of hurled pizza slaps the screen and sticks on the image of a naked female rump. On the couch, the geek, Cliff, and Bryce sit on either side of Rock. All three are bombed. Rock motions to the screen with his huge hand.
Well, that's Jake's parents.
The geek, Cliff, and Bryce squint.
Outrageous.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I've seen this thing about 10 times. It's so hot. You got a video recorder?
No.
You got parents?
Sure.
You get him a video recorder, I will come right over.
You should come over to my house?
Got anything good to eat?
Sure.
Okay, after here, go to your place, film your parents.
The geek's eyes open wide with terror. He tries to slip away. Rock puts his arm around his neck.
You know, under normal circumstances, I'd pull out your eyes and piss on your brain, little dude. But since you volunteered your house and your parents and your hospitality, I think I'll let you live. Anybody offer you a brew?
The geek nervously takes the beer. He's obviously never drunk in his life.
Tip it. First one's free.
The geek puts the beer to his lips. He closes his eyes and throws the can back. He holds the can back but doesn't swallow. He groans and slowly lowers the can. As he takes it away from his sickly face, we see a soggy cigarette butt clenched in his teeth and tobacco sprinkles and ash on his lips.
Sap.
In the hallway outside Jake's room, the crowd has decided on a course of action to free Carolyn.
Okay, everybody shut up. I have to concentrate, okay?
She kneels down beside Carolyn.
Okay, you promise you won't get mad.
Oh, I love you.
Her friend produces a pair of kitchen shears.
Close your eyes.
Carolyn closes her eyes and her friend cuts her free.
I don't know how to thank you enough.
She hugs her friend and we see the full extent of the damage. One side of her head is long blonde hair. The other is clipped to the ear. The crowd in the hallway lets out a spirited cheer. Dissolved to Interior Sam's house living room. She's sound asleep like an angel. In her parents' room, Brenda's asleep. There's an empty spot next to her in the bed. Jim's sitting in the window staring at a family portrait. Close up on the portrait, Jim and Brenda, Mike, Sarah, Ginny, and Sam. He smiles at the fond memories the picture stirs. He leans back against the wall and closes his eyes. A beat, and he slowly opens his eyes, looks at the picture again. He's suddenly very troubled. He looks at the dial of his watch.
Oh, Jesus, it's Sam's birthday.
Exterior Jake's house. The few cars remaining pull out, leaving a trashed lawn and an even more trashed house. In the kitchen, a mournful blues number plays as we begin a sad tour of the ravaged house. In the kitchen, where we see that every edible item has been consumed. The cupboards are bare, the refrigerator is open and empty. There are cartons, cans, and rubbish everywhere. In the dining room, the table is completely covered by a pyramid of beer cans. The pyramid collapses. In the living room, we move around the room to see that a painting that featured a face without eyes or mouth has had eyes and mouth drawn in with a marking pen. An ancient mask in a plexi display case lit by a pin spot has cigarettes up its nose and a slice of pizza on its forehead. A line of cigarettes have been left to burn out on the piano. A record album is laying inside a pizza box. We move off the box to find a pizza going around on the turntable. We move up to see the tape deck has a cassette jammed into it upside down. 100 feet of tape is balled up in the heads. On the ceiling is a big blob of dip with a potato chip stuck in it. As we reach Jake, he's sitting on the couch in the destroyed living room. He sighs and pops a beer and takes a sip.
What a fucking disaster.
He sets the beer down on the coffee table, sits back on the couch. A beat, and he bolts forward and gawks at the coffee table. From his point of view, the coffee table is a heavy glass cube. He clears aside the rubbish on the table's top to reveal the geek's desperate, exasperated face. He's trapped inside the cube. He's frantic, pounding noiselessly on the glass. Jake struggles and grunts to overturn the coffee table. It rolls over on one side, and the geek takes a deep breath of fresh air.
What were you doing in there?
I just wish I could do this. Oh, I'm drunk. Watching my life pass before my eyes.
The geek pulls himself up and flops down on the couch.
Sorry, I got distracted. Rock the Jock put me inside that thing.
What for?
He gave me a choice of that or being handcuffed new to the shopping cart return rack at Bejewel. I opted for death with dignity.
Jake shakes his head in anger.
He's a fucking asshole.
I think he could use a little sensitivity training.
The geek looks around the room.
Your house got 86. I'm sorry.
Yeah, third time this year. I'm fucked for good.
I'll help you clean up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got a housekeeper.
In the housekeeper's room, the frail young Spanish housekeeper is smoking dope in bed with Dong and the lumberjack.
I am just twice as happy as I have ever been in my life.
See,
Hi.
very.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, having a little trouble with my thing skipping pages here.
That's okay.
Interior Sam's house, foyer. Jim creeps quietly down the stairs. In the living room, Sam's asleep. Jim walks into the living room, stops, and looks at Sam on the couch. He smiles as he watches her sleeping and steps around to the couch and sits down. He hesitates for a moment before he pats her head. He's a man not accustomed to intimacy and affection.
Sam, sweetheart.
She stirs and looks up at him.
Daddy,
Hey, kiddo.
what's wrong?
Everything's fine. I was just upstairs and I couldn't sleep. I feel like a real jerk, honey. We forgot your birthday.
Sam is pleased that he remembered.
You got to be burned up, huh?
It's no big
She
thing.
smiles understandingly.
It's no big thing.
This family can really foul things up.
It's okay. I'm not at all that upset anymore.
How about a party? Not a family party. You have your friends. We'll stay the hell away. Whatever you want, honey. You just let me know. Have it the way you want it. The way
She pulls
you
herself up.
want it.
She pulls herself up and kisses his cheek.
Thanks, Daddy.
No problem. Is everything okay?
Sam nods. Jim gives her a wink and a kiss on the forehead.
See you in the morning.
He stands up and starts for the foyer, but Sam whispers to him.
No,
She starts to cry, and Jim turns around.
it's not okay.
Jim hurries back to the couch, and Sam throws her arms around him.
Oh, what's wrong?
I don't know. Everything.
Everything what?
Sam sits back on the couch and quickly wipes away her tears.
Everything.
Your birthday?
No. Oh, there's just this boy.
Oh, Lord. Is this something I should get your mom about?
Sam shakes her head.
No, I like this boy a real lot, and he doesn't like me.
Are you nice to him?
Daddy, I don't know. It's really stupid. It's not important.
If you're crying over it, it's important.
I like him so much, and I just know I can't ever have him
Why not?
because I'm just a dork.
A what?
He's a senior, and he's beautiful, and he's got this great girlfriend, and I'm just blah.
I don't think you're black.
Trust me, I am.
Can I tell you a little story?
About the Navy?
No. It's a love story.
Are you in it?
Jim nods. As bad as Sam feels, she cracks up at the thought of her father in love.
This was a while ago. I combed my hair different. I had hair. I was young and fit, and I didn't walk around the house. I didn't walk around the house in my undershorts. I was in college, and I was head over heels in love with this girl. Don't hurt my feelings.
Sorry.
Anyway, she wouldn't even look at me. So I knew that if anything was going to happen, I'd have to make the first move.
I just can't picture you making a move on a girl.
Neither could I. But after worrying about it for a couple of weeks, I finally got the courage to go to the sorority house where she lived. I let her know I wanted to see her, and she came down. I wanted to faint. She walked over to me and
I don't think I know how this ends, Dad. She turned out to be Mom, and you guys got married and had us.
no. She stomped on my foot so hard she broke 2 toes. I met your mom at the hospital.
There's a pause as both Jim and Sam realize that his story has no relevance to Sam's situation.
I guess that doesn't help you much with
Not really.
Yeah, well, if it's any consolation, I love you, and if this guy can't see in you all the beautiful, wonderful things I see, he's got the problem.
It just hurts.
That's why they call them crushes. If they were easy, they'd call them something else.
If I were Jenny, I'd have this guy crawling on his knees.
Let me tell you something about Jenny. I love her just as much as I love you, but she's a different person. I'm a little worried about her. When things come easy, you don't always appreciate them. I'm not worried. When it happens for you, Sam, it'll be forever.
He leans over and kisses her forehead. He draws her close and hugs her. She kisses him and holds him as tight as he holds her.
Now, look, I won't be able to sleep unless I know I helped you out a little with this talk. So would you be a sport and lie to me?
Yeah, sure, Daddy.
Sorry, my iPad skipped a page again. Jim gives her a squeeze and a kiss on the forehead. He gets up and crosses to the foyer. He stops and turns back to her.
One more thing, sweetheart. Where in the hell are your undershorts?
I don't want to know how he noticed. Close up Sam's panties. A boy's hand carefully examines Sam's panties. Jake's living room. The geek is sharing his treasure with Jake. Jake regards the panties with an almost religious reverence.
These are really hers?
And the geek nods proudly.
Did you pants her or something?
Gave them to me.
Jake looks curiously at the geek.
Did you?
And he hand signals intercourse.
Oh, God, no. She's cranked for you. I told her you asked about her, and she freaked.
Really? She came up to me in the gym and just looked at me like I was a leper.
The geek's getting off on playing the expert.
Girls would do that, Jake. You see, they know guys are like in perpetual heat. They know this, and they enjoy pumping us up. It's pure power politics.
She hated my guts.
Games, Jake. Silly, torturous games. You know how many times a week I go without lunch because some bitch borrows my lunch money? I thought that said hallway. Any halfway decent girl can rob me because I'm too torqued up to say no. It's heinous.
Not be pulling my chain. It'll be a major downer to try and get together with her and find out she really thinks I'm a wimp.
Look at it this way. What happens to me if I bullshit you?
I reach down your throat and squeeze your heart?
Right. So why would I lie?
Jake sits back on the couch and toys with the panties.
But I feel compelled to mention that If all you want off her is a piece of ass, I'll do my best to either do it myself or get someone bigger than me to reach down your throat and squeeze your heart. She's an excellent human being. Not many girls in contemporary American society would give up their underwear to help a weenie like me.
Yeah, I can get a piece of ass anytime I want. Carolyn's up in my room right now. I could wake her up and it's all she wants to do. I could wake her and do anything I wanted.
The geek's eyes pop open.
So, what you waiting for?
I don't know. She's beautiful and built and all that, but just not interested anymore.
Does that really matter, guy?
Yeah, it matters. She's totally insensitive. Look at what she did to my house. She didn't know shit about love. All she craves is party action. I want a serious girlfriend, somebody I can talk to, somebody I can love and who will love me back.
He's a little embarrassed by his romantic plea.
Does that sound psycho?
Oh, hell no. I think a ton of guys feel the same way, only they don't have the balls to admit it. Samantha's a major piece of work. She's nice and she cares.
I'll make you a deal. Let me have these, and I'll let you take Carolyn home.
And the geek's mouth drops open.
Yeah, she's all yours, except you have to make sure she gets home. You can't just like leave her in a parking lot or something.
The geek scratches his head. He can't take the offer.
I'm only a freshman.
I don't think she'll care.
Jake, I don't have a car.
Take mine.
Jake, I don't have a license either.
I trust you.
I better not.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
In Jake's garage, Jake and the geek carry Carolyn out of the house. Jake has her under the arms. The geek has her feet. She giggles as they carry her to Jake's father's Rolls Royce. Jake balances her on his knee and opens the front passenger door.
This is your car?
It's my dad's. You said you couldn't drive stick.
It's a fucking Rolls Royce.
So?
So, I heard that the grill alone lists out for like $5,000. Don't have $5,000.
Don't hit anything.
Jake drops Carolyn on the seat. He takes her feet from the geek and shoves her in. He plants her feet in the footwells and pulls her skirt down. He thinks better of it and looks at the geek.
Up or down?
The geek flashes a look at Carolyn. From his point of view, her best party panties and two perfect thighs.
I'm going to have my dog for a better view and of the conversation. You can leave it up. Happy times.
He pulls her skirt up.
Go for it, stud.
He hands the geek the car keys. The geek walks around to the driver's side and gets in. He crosses himself and starts the engine. Carolyn rolls her head over to the geek. Then she looks back at Jake.
Who's that?
That's the new me.
Who are you?
I'm him.
Okay, that's rapey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jake leans in and gives the geek the okay sign.
Yeah, she's totally gone. Have fun.
He backs away from the car. The geek puts it in reverse. Exterior Jake's house. The Rolls crawls out of the garage. The radio goes on. The Rolls pulls ahead, making a broad, graceless circle and heads slowly down the driveway. Jake walks out of the garage and watches the Rolls head down the drive. He breathes a weary sigh and heads back to the house. We hear the rustle of tree branches, then a familiar voice.
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
Jake stops dead in his tracks. He looks left, then right, then overhead. Jake's point of view, Dong leaps from a tree branch. His pants are cinched to his head with his belt like an Indian headdress.
Charge!
Exterior Rolls. It cruises slowly down a residential street. Interior, the geek's driving with both hands firmly on the wheel. He's as nervous as a cat in a hailstorm. Carolyn is next to him, drunk, out of control, and obnoxiously playful. Music's blasting. The geek's in way over his head.
Can we turn the music down, please? I'm a first-time driver. I need to concentrate.
Carolyn reaches over and honks the horn.
Cut it out.
She turns on the windshield wipers. The geek struggles to turn them off. She hits the convertible top switch and it starts to go up.
Hey, knock it off. You're going to get us in serious trouble.
Carolyn pops open a can of beer and tries to feed it to the geek.
Chug a lug, Pooh Bear.
He takes it from her and throws it out the window. The car phone rings. Carolyn grabs it.
Hello?
The geek takes it away from her and she pops another beer.
Wrong number.
As he hangs up the phone, Carolyn puts the beer up on the dash and digs a birth control dispenser out of her purse. She holds it up to his face. He pushes it away without recognizing it.
This is my Christmas present to you.
She takes one of the pills and holds it in his face.
See?
Yes, thank you.
He takes the pill and pops it in his mouth. Carolyn lets out a sharp laugh.
Now we're both on the pill.
The geek looks at her with horror. He frantically spits the pill out the window.
You gave me a birth control pill? Do you have any idea what estrogen could do to a guy my age?
I know exactly what it does to a girl my age.
She slides over next to the geek and purrs in his ear.
It makes it okay to be really super careless.
And Carolyn throws a huge kiss on the geek, completely obliterating his view of the road. Exterior the rolls, it jumps a curb and rides 20 feet with two wheels on the grass. Rams a big plastic garbage can and jerks back into the street. The can sticks under the car, making a terrible racket. Back inside the car, Carolyn drops her head in the geek's lap. His eyes dart back and forth between the road and his lap and Carolyn. His concerns about getting in trouble wilt in the heat of Carolyn's passion.
This is so unreal.
Shaky, you've been so cold to me.
Not anymore, young lady. I'm going to take you home.
Exterior of the street, the rolls peels away into the night. Exterior of house, front bedroom window. The geek creeps through the bushes to the window. He looks around and knocks on the glass. Interior, Cliff's bedroom. The bedroom is jammed with computer hardware. A monitor is glowing with a three-dimensional representation of a pair of human brains. A printer is clicking away as it receives an overseas transmission from his Egyptian D&D partner. Shelves are burdened with manuals, software, stacks of printouts, and precision tools. The walls are decorated with erotic printouts. Women in compromising positions. Done in E's, A's, and X's. Cliff is sleeping in a single bed. He's wearing a black vinyl headband fitted with electrodes to scan and record the activity of his sleeping brain. He's connected to the computer and to his friend Bryce, who is similarly outfitted and is asleep on the floor next to Cliff's bed in a sleeping bag. Cliff and Bryce hear the geek's insistent raps on the window and they both sit up. Outside the house, the geek knocks again on the window. It opens, and Bryce and Cliff look out. They're still wearing their headgear.
Ed, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh shit, is that humongous jock after you?
Do you have any film in your camera?
Huh?
Do you have any fucking film in your asshole camera, moron?
What for?
Just get your camera and come out front and hurry it up.
UFO?
Better.
Extraterrestrial?
Better.
Cliff and Bryce look at each other.
Female extraterrestrial?
Exterior Cliff's house, front porch. Later, the front door opens and Cliff and Bryce come out in their underwear and t-shirts. Cliff's carrying a Polaroid camera. He carefully closes the front door. They turn and stop dead in their tracks. Their mouths drop open. The Rolls is parked in front of the house with the top down. The geek waves them on. The geek directs Cliff around to the front of the car, and Cliff is dumbfounded.
This is a fucking Rolls Royce. She's the fucking prom queen. You got two fucking girls in one night?
I told you I was hot, twerp.
Hot? You're a legend.
Okay, great, I am. Now hurry it up. I'm breaking about 30 major laws.
Nobody's gonna believe you.
That's what the picture's for, fuzznuts.
The geek hurries around to the driver's side. Cliff fumbles with the camera. The geek gets in and puts his arm around Carolyn, and she snuggles up to him.
Oh, pumpkin.
She lifts her head and offers a drunken smile. Flash! Close up on the photograph, the fully developed Polaroid picture of the geek and Carolyn. His eyes are closed, she's smiling and waving. Exterior of Sam's house. A Jeep CJ roars up to the house and stops. Dong flies out of the door and lands with a thud on the lawn. His pants are still on his head. The lumberjack leans out.
Hey, Dong, man, you made me feel like a woman. Way to fucking go.
She squeals away, and Dong lifts his weary head and reveals a punched-up face and broken glasses.
I love some women who beat me. It makes me feel like more of a man.
And he passed out on the lawn. Dissolved to exterior of Sam's house morning. The sun's coming up behind the house. An alarm clock goes off, and Ginny shrieks. Interior of the house, second floor hallway. Brenda hurries out of her room. Jim comes out after her.
Great. She's not even in the shower.
Brenda gives him a dirty look and goes into Ginny's room. Jim crosses to the bathroom thinking he's got it all to himself. Mike comes out of his room.
Dad, I wouldn't go there if I were you. Grandpa Fred was in there for about a half hour. It's totally polluted.
Just get dressed.
It's your nose.
Mike closes his door. Jim opens the bathroom door a beat, and he slams it shut. Interior Ginny's room. She's laying on her bed, and Brenda's sitting next to her.
You've got the good old-fashioned bridal jitters.
I've got cramps that would bring tears to a bull elephant.
You'll be all right. I want you to do me a favor. Wish Sam a happy birthday.
Ginny looks at Brenda like she's crazy.
Don't toy with me, Mother.
It was yesterday. We all forgot.
For Christ's sake, it's not fatal.
And in the kitchen, the two grandmothers are trying to make breakfast together. They're as crabby as everyone else. They're in their housecoats. Dorothy is annoyed that Helen's smoking while she cooks, and Howard's on the wall phone.
Thank you. I'll wait for a word from you.
Fred comes in from the backyard with his 9-iron. He's been out taking a few practice swings. Howard hangs up the phone.
The police haven't seen hide nor hair of Long Duck Dong.
Maybe he drove back to Korea. Your car's not here either.
Howard chokes. Dorothy drops an egg. In the living room, Sam walks out of the living room and into the foyer with the blanket draped over her shoulders. She starts up the stairs. Brenda's coming down the stairs, and she stops as she sees Sam. She's upset.
Oh, Sam.
Sam looks up at Brenda, puzzled by her concerned tone of voice.
I just feel terrible. I don't know how it happened. I was so busy, sweetheart. I'm sorry. About your birthday. We all are. Daddy said he talked to you?
It's okay. I'll recover.
I don't know what to say, darling.
Don't say anything. It's fine.
I want you to say something. It was important to you. Yesterday morning, you were trying to tell me.
She sniffles. Sam walks up a step and embraces Brenda. She comforts her mother.
It's okay, Mom.
Oh, honey, I just feel miserable.
You'll feel better.
Sarah comes up the stairs. She stops to watch Brenda and Sam hugging.
Who died? Sorry.
Brenda breaks the embrace and wipes away a tear.
You have something you want to say to your sister?
What? Are you kidding?
Brenda's annoyed at Sarah's wise-ass misinterpretation of what she means.
I mean about her birthday. It was yesterday. We forgot.
Classic.
And she continues up the stairs. In Sam's room, she climbs the stairs to her room, reaches the top and drops her blanket. She groans and covers her face. Her point of view, Howard has set his suitcase down on top of her albums. Samsonite feet on the virgin vinyl. Sam sits down on the top stair and covers her face with her hands.
Old people should be shot. I swear to God, I can't go through with this shit anymore.
I see London. I see Marrakesh. I see real live beaver flesh. Oh, God.
You asshole!
The second floor hallway, Mike turns from the door to the third floor stairs.
Sam just called me an asshole.
Jim passes on his way to the other bathroom.
How's it, Mike? She sees him, sport.
Why don't you get on her case, Dad? You know she lost Grandpa's alien.
God bless her.
Jim goes into the bathroom.
Good point, because we're all racist.
Don't worry, there's more coming up.
In Sam's room, she's curled up on her bed talking on the phone.
I can't even describe what a total bummer this is going to be. I have to go to the wedding and look like Miss Pretty Princess in this dipshit bridesmaid's dress. I don't have 1/10 the bod to fill this stupid bust up. Should I just waste myself and spare an agony?
In Randy's bedroom, she's sitting on her bed in t-shirt and panties, listening sympathetically on the phone.
I'm so bummed out to hear all this. I was going to tell you something, but maybe I shouldn't. It's pretty bad.
You may as well. Nothing could shock me anymore.
Last night at the dance, my little brother paid $1 to see your underwear.
She pulls the phone away from her ear as Sam screams.
I'm not gonna scream.
In the kitchen at Sam's house, the grandparents are eating. From the third floor, we hear Sam shriek. The grandparents look up from the breakfasts. Howard?
Howard, we can't hear
Sorry,
you,
I hit
Howard.
the mute and it didn't unmute. Jesus, I hate that rock and roll crap.
I'm afraid it's here to stay, Howie.
Exterior Sam's house, back door. Later, the family comes out dressed for the wedding. The men are wearing morning coats. The only one whose rented clothes fit properly is Fred.
You know what your tuxedos have in common with a cheap hotel?
Jim and Howard look at him wearily.
No ballroom.
No ballroom. Oh, you heard that one.
Sam's sullen and annoyed. She's in a dress. Jenny's in jeans, clutching her stomach. Brenda's in a simple outfit, carrying the wedding dress.
Mom, I swear to God, I am growing an alien creature in my stomach.
I hope it lays eggs.
Shut your mouth.
Jim slams the door and locks the deadbolt.
Nope. Not that line. Don't.
Where the hell is...
No.
Hang on. I gotta do it properly. Hold on.
No!
Oh, God.
Good Lord. Oh, God, no.
Where the hell is that son of a bitch neo-communist gook with my car?
God. Oh, my dear.
You take the kids, I'll take the old folks.
Oh, Americans are so great.
You take the kids, I'll take the old folks.
Fred?
Fred?
Hey, Fred.
Who are you calling old?
Fred in my life.
You, Fred.
Brenda and the girls hurry to the garage in Brenda's car. Jim shuffles along with the old people. Exterior, Dong's laying in a heap on the grass. A dog is sniffing his head. It makes a circle and raises its leg. Brenda's car pulls out and speeds away. The dog pulls a large bra out of Dong's hip pocket and runs off with it. Exterior of the house, Jim's Buick shoots out the drive. Interior of the car, Fred notices Dong out the window. He points and laughs.
Hey, Howard, there's your Chinese person.
Howard and Dorothy crane their necks. Dorothy screams and Mike laughs. Exterior street, Jim slams on the brakes. The car doors open and everybody piles out. They run to Dong and shoo the dogs away.
Howard! He's dead!
Ah, shit, I'm paying $3,000 for a wedding I'll never see.
Holy doodle, he smells like he drowned in dog juice.
Howard kneels down and cautiously touches Dong.
Dong? Oh, thank God he's still warm.
He rolls him over. Dong opens one eye. The other is swollen shut. He's still drunk and silly.
I done yet let a Yankee yank on me wanky. But this dong needs some quiche.
Howard looks up at Dorothy. Fred howls with laughter.
Why, he's plotzed. Bombed right out of his noodle.
Shut up, Fred. Dong, where's my automobile?
Lake.
Why, you little scuzzbag!
That's better than what most people have been calling me.
The sweet kind Dorothy draws her leg back and kicks Dong in the dong. Outside the church, Brenda helps Ginny down the church steps. Sam and Sarah trail behind. The church organist comes out the door to greet them, and she's a portly woman in her 60s.
Oh my, is everything all right? I was afraid you had an accident.
I wish.
Her monthly bill came early.
What monthly bill? You said her egg factory went berserk.
Brenda steps in front of Sarah to shut her up.
She's fine. She took a muscle relaxer.
Try 3.
You didn't.
Mother, I'm not in pain. I'm in hell.
The organist's eyes open wide at the mention of hell. In the parking lot across from the church at the same time, Jim's car pulls up alongside the Rolls Royce. The grandparents, Jim and Mike, get out. Fred's still chuckling. Howard helps Dorothy. She's limping. We hold on the rolls. In the back seat, the top is down and Carolyn is asleep in the geek's arms. Somehow, during his night of wild fun, he's remembered to put on his orthodontic headgear. A modest bird dropping is splattered on one of his eyeglass lenses. There's a lipstick mark on his forehead. Carolyn snuggles against his chest. She plants a sleepy kiss on his chest and opens her eyes. Half her hair is still missing from the night before.
I said it, sorry. You're so warm.
She scoots up a bit and kisses his lips. He snores. She rears back from him.
Jake?
She squints.
He turned into a digit head?
She sits up, dazed and confused. She rubs her throbbing head, reaches into her lap, lifts a buttock, and removes the geek's hand. She leans back over him and studies his face. She holds his cheeks and turns his head back and forth.
This is totally weird.
The geek moans softly and puts his arm around her. Carolyn opens her purse. It's stuffed full of the hair her friend cut off the night before. She studies it for a moment and recognizes it as her own. She feels the uncut side and then the bare side. If she weren't so baffled, she'd scream. Okay. Cut to close up on Ginny. She looks gorgeous, the prettiest bride in the world. A beat and a silly stone smile breaks across her face. Her eyes slowly cross. Interior of the church. Brenda's holding Ginny up as Sam puts shoes on her. The painkillers have kicked in.
Jesus Christ, do I feel funky?
Are you still married even if you don't remember what happened at your wedding?
The organist opens the door and looks in.
Is everything okay?
Aces to the max, little person.
We'll be ready in a moment. I can't find the groom.
Ginny lets out a titter.
Cruise the bars. That's where I found him.
And we're back in the back seat of the Rolls. The geek's still sleeping. Carolyn gently slaps his face.
You want to wake up, please?
The geek stirs and opens his eyes. He looks around in bewilderment until he orients himself. He sits up with a start.
Where am I?
I'll tell you where you are if you tell me who you are.
The geek peels off his headgear.
I'm Farmer Ted.
You're in a parking lot.
He cranes his neck and looks out of the car.
What happened?
Got me, Junior.
He notices that half her hair is missing.
Did I do that?
At this point, anything's possible.
The geek scratches his head. A faint memory comes to mind.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure.
Did I enjoy it? What am I, nuts? Of course I did. I had to. Did you?
Carolyn thinks for a troubled moment.
You know, I had this weird feeling I did.
And we cut to the church anteroom. Brenda's walking Ginny up and down, trying to get her to drink coffee.
This is ridiculous. Ginny!
Ginny looks at Brenda with woeful, sleepy eyes. Sam and Sarah watch from a window bench.
Family's definitely gone into a new orbit.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I have to live with them another 10 years.
Does my dress look wretched?
Sarah studies it, concentrating on the bust.
You could use some carrots.
If I stuff Kleenex down my front, will you tell everybody in the world?
Just boys.
Sam curls her lip. She pushes in on one of her boobs. The cup caves in.
Excellent, huh? Nothing ever goes right for me. I'm cursed.
Exterior Sam's house. Jake's Porsche is parked out in front. He's at the front door. And on the front porch, Jake rings the bell. Inside, we hear horrible moaning and groaning and animal-like bellowing. Jake peeks in the side door window. Interior of the foyer, Dong limps in wearing Brenda's pink bathrobe and boxer shorts. He's holding 2 cold cans of Coke to his temples, walking bow-legged, and has a black eye.
I'm sorry. It just sounds so nice. Oh, moi. Just let me die, please. Just let me die, moi. That's so good.
He moved the cans for the groin injury he sustained when Dorothy kicked him.
Oh, that's why he's okay. Yeah.
You sound like Piggy Greg.
I still liked it.
Dong opens the door. Jake is startled to see him. Dong is even more startled. He screams and slams the door closed.
Shit. Sorry, Dong's high as balls. Oh my! You get it? I'm gonna call the police, the FBI. You just go shoot.
The door.
Oh, no way, Jose! You just touched my beautiful face.
Jake leans down and yells into the mail chute.
You jumped me and squeezed my nuts.
Jake steps back as Dong opens the door.
Oh, that was you. Ooh, it was you. Really? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just thought it was my new American girlfriend.
Forget it, okay? Just get Sam.
She ain't here.
Don't jerk me around. Where is she?
Well, she got married.
What?
She's at the church, silly. She got married to some oily bohunk.
Jake turns from the door, puzzled and bewildered.
Me too.
Married?
Interior of the church lobby, guests are filing in. Mike is an usher. A conservatively dressed couple walks in.
Guess the bride or the groom?
Bride.
Mike points down the aisle.
To your left, sir.
A wildly dressed couple walks in. Mike looks them up and down and deduces from their clothing that they're guests of the groom.
Friends of the groom, right?
Interior church anteroom. Brenda's straightening Ginny's dress. She has her propped against the wall. Sam and Sarah are waiting patiently with their bouquets.
Sure you're all right, sweetie?
Ginny nods yes.
It's gonna be a piece of cake, Brenda.
Jenny, I want to tell you something, just in case you pass out. I'm really happy for you. I'm sorry if I've been kind of a jerk lately.
Hey, screw it, honey. I love you like a sister.
I know you'll have a great marriage.
She leans over and kisses Ginny. Ginny smiles and keels over backwards. In the church lobby, Jim waits nervously for the music cue and the bride. In the adjacent room, we hear a loud thud. The organ comes up with the first bars of the wedding march. Jim rushes to the door of the anteroom and opens it. Inside, we see Brenda helping a dazed Ginny to her feet. In the church, the organist stops playing and listens, along with everyone else, to Jim and Brenda.
I don't care what she has. Look at her.
Would you please be quiet? We don't have to announce to everybody that she has her period.
And in the church on Reverend and Rudy, they exchange embarrassed smiles. Behind them, the organist pokes her head out of the organ chamber window.
What's the name of the groom again?
I think that's Rudy.
It's Brian.
I think it's
Brian.
My bad. I guess you guys thought we'd have to feel. I guess you guys who thought we had to get married to feel pretty stupid right about now, huh? Right, Padre?
The Reverend nods politely. In the church lobby, Brenda helps Ginny onto Jim's arm. He supports her. Brenda hurries down the aisle, apologizing as she runs. She takes her seat. Sam and Sarah pick up Ginny's train, and Jim starts down the aisle with Ginny. In the church, Ginny flashes stoned smiles as she shuffles down the aisle.
How's it going? I hope none of you guys got me walks.
Jim squeezes her arm and she shuts up. They pass a woman with a feathered hat, and Ginny can't resist batting the feather. Exterior parking lot in the Rolls. Carolyn and the geek are chatting amicably. There's a hint of tenderness in the conversation.
Nice to me. I must have been mucho obnoxioso.
You bit me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I guess last night was just about the best night of my life. Now and probably the future too.
Yeah, what I remember was okay. I never went out with a freshman, not even when I was a freshman.
Me either.
You were pretty crazy.
I was?
Yeah, but you know what I like best?
My clean close shave?
Waking up in your arms.
The geek is flabbergasted. He looks at his arms.
These things?
Back outside the church, Jake's car pulls up in front of it. A rented limousine is waiting. The driver is leaning on the fender, smoking a cigarette.
Is there a wedding going on in there? That's the rumor. You wouldn't know if the bride is like a sophomore in high school, would you?
The driver looks at him like he's crazy.
This ain't Kentucky. True, I sort of like possibly fell in love with this girl, and perhaps it'd be the shits if you got married before I got a chance to take her out, you know? So thanks.
He revs his engine and whips around into the parking lot. The parking lot, Jake pulls up alongside the Rolls. He stands up and looks out his sunroof into the Rolls.
Holy shit.
In the Rolls, Carolyn and the geek are locked in a passionate kiss. Through half-closed eyes, Carolyn sees Jake.
Uh-oh.
She pulls away from the geek, leaving him Frenching the air. She smiles at Jake.
Hi, Jake.
The geek hears Jake's name, and his eyes open in fear. Carolyn straightens her blouse and pushes her hair back.
Do you have a minute?
She stands up and swings her legs over the side of the Rolls.
Don't go away.
The car phone rings. The geek answers it. He's annoyed.
You want to learn what happened? Buy the book.
He hangs up. In Jake's car, Carolyn gets in the passenger side. She's nervous and unsure of how she's going to explain herself. He's just as nervous. They both sit for a moment, exchanging timid, embarrassed glances.
Sorry about getting you involved with that guy.
Okay. Really? It wasn't too terrible. Weird.
She's embarrassed to admit to her feelings for the geek. Jake smiles. Regardless of how little he's been feeling for Carolyn, it still hurts him that she was with somebody else. It's a knee-jerk reaction.
So, what should we do?
About us?
Jake nods uneasily.
It's gonna be 2 years for us, like next Thursday.
Wednesday.
Is it?
Jake nods. There's an uncomfortable pause. For the first time, Carolyn looks innocent and vulnerable.
Either one of us is gonna die if it doesn't happen for us.
True.
I just don't know right now. But I'm covered, okay? I won't get hurt.
Jake is seriously straddling the fence between Sam and Carolyn. He hasn't anticipated this conversation or Carolyn's changed attitude, and he doesn't know what to say.
I'll leave it up to you.
He looks over at Carolyn. It's his decision. The situation is of his making, and he accepts that it's also his to resolve. He nods his agreement. In the church, sunlight streams in the windows. The stained glass glows. It's peaceful and serene as the ceremony is underway. Sam's tears well up in her eyes as she watches her big sister take the vows. She looks like an angel, and even the yellow dress she hated so much looks lovely on her. There's a storm of emotion going on inside her. She's happy, jealous, sad, lonely, angry, hurt. She sniffles and tries not to cry. Something distracts her. She looks down at her chest. The caved-in cup slowly pops out. The grandparents are crying. Howard sniffles. Fred blows his nose with a loud honk. Mike's eyes are wandering across the ceiling. Sarah is picking her seat. Brenda and Jim watch with pride, Brenda crying. Jim lifts his glasses and dries his eyes. At the altar, Rudy and Ginny exchange their vows. The Reverend speaks in hushed and pensive tones.
Do you, Virginia, take this?
Ginny interrupts him in a casual, slurry voice.
You bet, bub.
Jim and Brenda exchange troubled glances. Brenda looks past Jim to Rudy's parents and apologizes with a weak smile. Bruno and Irene's mouths are open in alarm. At the altar, Ginny peels off her veil and tosses it onto a floral arrangement.
Sorry, can't see with this ridiculous thing in my face. Go ahead, I'm cool now.
The Reverend clears his throat, overlooks Ginny's stoned interruption, and continues.
Take this man to be your lawful wedded husband.
For sure, he's hot.
Sam winces at the mess Ginny's making of her wedding. Mike and Sarah rolls her eyes. Mike shakes his head and covers his face with his hands. The Reverend repeats the vow for Rudy.
Do you, Rudolph, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Your turn, babe.
I do.
With these rings.
Rudy's best man hands him Ginny's ring. Sam hands Ginny Rudy's ring.
Thanks, Sam. You know, that dress doesn't look nearly as shitty on you as it did at the store.
Sam turns Ginny around to face Rudy, and Ginny drops the ring.
Oh, crap!
She gets down on all fours and picks it up. All four grandparents lean forward at the same time, hardly believing what they're seeing. The Reverend races through the rest of the ceremony to get it over with before anything else happens.
I thee wed.
Ginny and Rudy exchange rings.
You may now kiss the bride.
Rudy puts his arms on Ginny's waist. He leans forward and puckers. Ginny keels over backwards, leaving Rudy kissing air. Organ music surges in. Outside the church, both families stream out of the church and gather around the door. The photographer sets himself up at the bottom of the stairs. Ginny and Rudy come out and everybody tosses rice. Ginny tries to catch some in her mouth. Rudy quickly hustles her to the waiting limousine. The crowd begins to head toward the parking lot. Sam remembers that Ginny has left her veil inside.
She forgot her veil.
She turns and goes back into the church. In the church, she heads back up the aisle for the altar and wipes her tears away as she walks. She reaches the altar and retrieves the veil from the floral arrangement. She straightens it out and very carefully and reverently folds it. Outside the church, the grandparents are heading across the lawn.
Didn't Ginny look lovely? Oh, go do it, Alyssa. Sorry.
Oh no, didn't Ginny look lovely? I'm so confused.
So relaxed.
Let's hope she stays awake long enough to consummate this thing.
Fred!
Who we riding with?
Jim and Brenda approach with Mike and Sarah trailing behind. Jim and Brenda are bickering.
Let's just get the hell over to the reception.
Hold your horses.
I don't want to take her sitting in the cake.
She's not going to sit in the cake. Reverend Allen didn't drive, so I'll take him and the organist and the kids. You take the old people.
Now she's calling us old.
Brenda hurries away, and Jim ushers the old folks to the street.
Let's put a fire under it.
The photographer comes up and tries to pose Jim and the old people.
Will you just knock it off?
He grins and joins the old folks in a group pose. They all smile. Flash!
Okay, let's move it out.
Jim and the old folks cross the street between the traffic jam of horn-honking cars. Exterior church. Sam comes out of the church to find that her thoughtfulness in retrieving Ginny's veil has been rewarded by her being left behind. The crowning blow. She stands alone on the church steps in her stupid dress, with her stupid flowers, tears on her face. She looks down at the ground, the loneliest girl in all of creation. She looks up and wipes her tears on her arm and drops her head again. Sam's head is bowed. She looks up slowly through her hair. She pauses with her head raised halfway. She can't believe her eyes. Her point of view, the cars have all pulled away, and parked on the street directly across from the church is Jake's Porsche. Jake is standing next to the car looking across at Sam. He's smiling nervously. He raises his hand, offers a tiny tentative wave. And I don't know if I just didn't hear that or not.
Ryan, you're muted.
Oh, hi.
Close up on Sam. For a moment, she doesn't think he's talking to her. She glances over her shoulder to make sure he's looking at her and not someone behind her. Jake's smile fades. He interprets her hesitation in returning his greeting as rejection. He feels like a fool.
Shit, she hates me. I knew it.
He carefully reaches around and behind him and opens the door. Then he quickly jumps in and starts the engine and pulls away. Sam's eyes open wide in horror. She screams.
Jake!
She takes off down the steps. Jake slams on the brakes. He sees Sam running. He throws the car in reverse and backs up to the church and jumps out. She waits for the car to pass, then runs to him. She doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to say. It's the moment they've both been waiting for, and neither one knows what to do.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
I heard you were here.
You came for me?
Is that okay?
Actually, it's excellent.
Do you have to go to the reception or something?
I'm supposed to.
Can I call you later?
Yeah.
Jake gets back in the car. He puts it in gear and starts to pull away.
I mean, no.
No.
He stops.
No, I can't call?
I mean, no. I'm not going to the reception.
And he grins from ear to ear. Exterior parking lot. Jim is helping the old people into the car. Something catches his eye, and he watches curiously. From his point of view, Jake opens his car door for Sam. Sam sees Jim. She points to Jake as he walks around to the driver's side to let Jim know that Jake is the love of her life. A smile spreads across Jim's face as he realizes that Jake is the boy Sam was talking about the night before. He winks and gives Sam the thumbs up.
Will you hurry up, Jim? We're going to drive
Without
off
taking
now.
his eyes off Sam, Jim slams the car door, cutting off Dorothy. Dorothy, through the back seat window, we see that Jim has closed the door on her hat. Sam throws Jim a big kiss and gets in the car. Exterior country club portico evening. Brenda, Jim, Mike, and Sarah are under the portico. Brenda's worried. Jim is smug and coy. He knows where Sam is. He plays along with the others.
Brenda. Come back, Brenda, come back.
Eb,
Yes, me. Sorry.
what could have happened to Sam?
I'm sure she's fine.
Maybe she blew this thing off. It's possible she's not as dumb as she looks.
She'll be all right.
I know she's still upset about her birthday.
We dumped on her royally, Mom.
I feel terrible, and it's not even me that it happened to.
We'll make it up to her.
Poor thing.
Yeah, pathetic underdog wench.
Jim, will you call home? I can't stand the thought of her sitting by herself alone in the dark house.
The family heads back into the club. Jim hangs back, smiling knowingly. Interior of Jake's house, the indoor pool. The room is dark except for a fragile glow of yellow in the center of the pool. Close up on a birthday cake. A birthday cake with 16 lit candles rests on a styrofoam ring floating in the pool. Sam and Jake are in the water on either side of the ring, looking across the candles at each other. They slowly circle the cake, looking long and deep into each other's eyes.
Thanks for getting my undies back.
Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for coming to get me.
Happy birthday, Samantha.
He leans across the cake and kisses her.
Make a wish.
Sam smiles.
It already came true.
Sam looks down at the cake, takes a deep breath, and blows out the candles. Music up. 16 candles, big, loud, and bright as we begin the end.
In a pool.
You don't put a cake in a pool, you silly John Hughes.
Someone left the cake out in the pool.
You know they probably tried to film it and they were like, this cake keeps falling into
Falling
the
into
pool.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
He made
it.
them
Just go on a
Definitely
table.
impractical, but I'm the kind of asshole who's like, but I want it. I want cake while I'm in the pool.
Oh shit, hey
Pool
Aaron.
cake.
Thanks
Oh, don't get me wrong, Sadie. That's the dream. I know. But it's just not feasible.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
Science isn't there yet.
It just
Okay.
piqued my desire
Sounds
to
like you
do
speak
all
from
things
experience.
well in
By the
water.
time the 90s happen, it's totally feasible to be in the middle of a lake on a floaty, eating and drinking. I'm just saying.
Does sound nice.
I may or
Listening
may
to
not
spin
have had a
doctors,
full
you know,
drunken
living the
picnic
life.
on the water.
If you're on a big enough thing, yeah. Like it just depends on what you're floating on. But the cake, that sounds weird. I mean, if you're floating on a large enough surface area.
Hey,
Hey.
happy birthday.
2 minutes
Oh,
past, but happy birthday, Grace.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
sorry.
Birthday,
Happy
Grace.
birthday.
It's table read, even though it's super.
You were great. You were a wonderful Sam.
Thanks. I tried.
great.
That was so much fun.
candles.
I have to jet out, but I'm so happy that I came back to Civilization for a night.
Hey.
5
You're awesome.
months.
Long time, dude.
You were missed.
I know. I can't even tell you my life right now. But hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be moved away back to Civilization and
Yay.
I can do a reading again soon.
Yay.
Very nice.
That was so much fun, you guys. Happy
Yay.
birthday again.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Seeing you.
Yay.
Thanks
All
again
right.
for reading this.
I got work in the morning, so I'm out.
Oh,
Right then.
night.
Yeah,
Good
I
night.
actually have to.
We might end this party.
Night,
Maybe we
Night.
should.
Night.
Wow.
Night,
What you
everyone.
want, what you really, really want.
I want to
Sleep.
lay in my bed with my cats.
Yeah, I want to keep getting
Aw.
down to go to bed.
Ah,
Thanks again.
Uh,
Happy
I want to
birthday!
not have to get up in the morning for work.